Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marquee Gaming today as we get ready for our 82nd session of Mystical Mishaps this evening. Pre-Christmas stream here, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone out there. I hope you have a great week. And yeah, we're gonna be doing our very jolly and bright D&D session tonight. So we're gonna start off with player introductions. Get it off with Rachel.
Sorry. Tim saying that every week you get like happier and happier, and I'm like, I bet it's because you've been on vacation so much these past 2 months.
Yes.
All your PTO.
So much PTO
He's
to use up
vacation
at the end
mark
of the
all
year.
the time.
So much PTO to use up.
Okay, hi though. I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find my art over on Instagram at Pip400art. I usually do art streams. I think I'm gonna not do it tomorrow though. It's so close to the holidays. I have some work stuff I have to get done. But to make up for it, I am doing on the 30th, not January, but December 30th, which is next Monday. I will be doing my kind of annual holiday art giveaway stream. So I will be drawing 4 winners. I think the requirements are you have to be following, and yeah, just basically be there on the stream, have your stuff ready. I'm only doing headshots, so I'm not gonna do some crazy picture or I don't know, something
Little
weird. I don't know.
background and like
Yeah, no, yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, so be there. It'll be fun. I'll kind of be doing it the whole time too. So winners will be drawn throughout the stream. And it'll be at 2 CST. So come hang out with me then. And then I'm playing Eleonora in this game. She is level 7 now, Warlock. And I'm just excited. And I'm excited for Death because I miss him. And the end.
The end. Good job, Rachel.
You're looking very festive in your little sweater too. It's very nice.
Thank you. I was feeling the Christmas vibes a little bit. I've been dressing a little Christmassy this year, which is rare for
I
me.
did wear a red old lady sweater yesterday and I felt very
Yeah.
very good about it. You know, I was like, it's very Christmas.
Yeah.
Look at all the inspiration in the chat too. Thanks, guys. Like that 4 years of subbing with the Mishaps border thing. Looks pretty good.
It was pretty cool. I was like, you want to try it out? I'm like, okay.
That's cool.
Our second player tonight is Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I don't have an art stream coming, but if I'm around for the 30th, I'll send in a really ugly picture of myself, Rachel, and see if I win. So you have to try it.
There you
From
go.
me.
There you go. That's the way to
Exactly
do it.
like that.
Or even worse, a really bad picture of you, and I'm like, draw it. Like you.
I
Rachel,
want this.
You have to put like the
I
little
want this.
fine print if you can reject anything at any point.
Yeah,
I can
I
veto
can say
any
no. Okay. Yeah.
I play Winnie, the level 6 monk, level 1 cleric, which is exciting. I've never multi-classed before, so this is my first character I've ever done that with. And yeah, I'm excited to do more cleric things today.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Welcome to multi-classing. Hope you enjoy your stay.
So proud of
I'm
you.
excited.
Our third player tonight, we have Ashley.
Hello, I'm Ashley. I make art too. I post it on Instagram if you want to find it. I do not stream my art, but I'll be hanging on to Rachel's art stream when she is back doing art stream because it's a fun time. I play Euphemia. She's a level 7 druid, and she is back to not having a good time. Especially now that we're back in this timeline, I feel like it'll be interesting for her to fill the party in on what she's learned. So yeah, I'm excited for Death. She's not very excited for Death. It's always a fun line.
Yeah, there's definitely some information that was not brought up at the end of the session last week from 2 sessions ago, so we'll see where
We were
things go
also
with that.
frazzled after
Oh,
the
yeah.
battle. There's a lot of things we were like, we're just going to bed. We
Yep.
didn't talk
We'll
about
talk
it.
in the morning. Not tonight.
Sleep on all of that info. No worries.
Exactly.
I'll be honest. I don't remember any of it. So if you guys need to like poke anything, feel free to poke or remind me because I'm just out of it. So
All right. Speaking of our fourth player, we got Mike.
I'll give you a little segment.
So is that your intro?
Yep. Boop. Hey guys, out of it. Mike, also known as Bardic Dice here. Literally can feel my fever coming back during these intros, so that's why I was taking the Tylenol and all that. I'm sick. It's gonna be really fun. Finding a sinus infection right here and gonna be really loopy, but at least I can do Dav's voice because that's who I play tonight. Before that, I'm also in the tavern. You can find me whenever I go live there. Right now we're on Fridays with Strixhaven with Arcane Sundry's a brand new game. Super fun. We are school like Harry Potter meets not Final Fantasy. Dungeons and Dragons. So it's a lot of fun, and it's gonna be getting pretty dramatic soon. We'll see what happens. Cheerleading right now, but anyways, I realize that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's gonna be a night like this. But I play Dav. He is a level 7 4 Artificer 3 Wizard. Showed off some fun spells last time. Probably brain fogged like I am, so we'll see what he remembers or what he says tonight. Yeah, it'll be fun. That's all I got.
We share Discord with Bardic Dice. If you want to jump in there, it's called the Tavern. You can join there and catch information about like art streams or other people's streams. Fun art people do post in there. There's a lot of great stuff that can happen. There is the Mystical Mishaps channel that you can post gifts in during the session, react to whatever's happening. So it'd be awesome to have you join that. And it's always fun to look at those. Those make me laugh so much. You guys are so creative with your gifts, and some of you make even custom graphics. So that's always great to see. Appreciate all of that for sure. And it's really interesting. I was just looking at our overlay. I'm kind of like looking at a divide between the 4 players. And our left side is the mono class side, and our right side is the multi-class side. And
how fun!
Is it the top half is like the happy side, and the bottom half's the sad? I don't know. Just seeing like the categories of the sides could be. Who knows? Who knows? But
that's so funny.
But yeah, we can get started with our session here. Which means, oh yeah, I'm Mark too. Hi. Hi, everybody. That's all I gotta say. All right. Okay, let's get started with our intro, and we can play today's session.
It's
Can't
backwards.
see.
We're back, everybody. Rachel's doing an advertisement, apparently.
Wait, we need to know what kind of
And
liqueur is drinking.
Yeah, it's black
What is it?
raspberry.
There you
I don't
go.
even know.
Raspberries with 2 Z's.
Not sponsored.
That's fancy.
Not
Not
sponsored.
But if you want to, LaCroix,
Yes.
here's a good platform for you.
Rachel
We
gives the
love it.
thumbs up to her flavor there.
It's good.
Can you imagine someone being like, "Oh my gosh, this is what I do"? Let me email you.
That would be pretty crazy.
Of course.
I'll be paid in LaCroix too. I drink so much sparkling water. Just pay me in LaCroix.
Eleanor and Winnie
Clothes.
love this flavor.
I would. I'd do it.
All right, let's get this session kicked off with our recap. And I also have to turn on all of the redemptions because the chat leveled up as well.
Redeem.
And they get some fun stuff they can do now. Turn on all of these. Reminder, healing energy, don't use it outside of combat. So waste your channel points. Just gonna say that. If you want to waste your channel points, it's your fault. Okay. But let's kick this off with our intro. As our party shunted back to a familiar world to them. They call it Timeline A. And
They call it. I heard that. They call it Timeline A.
I was like thinking, like, it's called Timeline A. Ooh, gotta make. Anyway, sorry. We're hyped. We're clearly on an interesting direction.
We see. We're in front of you, Mark. We got you, man.
yep.
You're painting
definitely
this
ahead of
picture
me.
so vividly. You can see it. Anyway, continue.
Sorry.
So, they fought some magic energy monsters upon arrival. Euphemia was separate though and had to flee from the one that was with her, heading towards a lights flashing nearby, where she luckily found the rest of the party also fighting their own group of monsters. But they're able to successfully defeat them, and they're like, we're not gonna stay here. There's 2 cracks on the ground where they both showed up, and they're like, we're not gonna stay here for the night, and they're all exhausted. So they walked a little bit towards a lake they saw when they looked around in the dark with Micum, and headed that direction about a half hour and camped out there. They also found out too that they have a new addition to the marking on their backs. There's another section of that is there. And yeah, they were pretty much done after that. I think Eleonora wrote and talked to Julian a little bit that evening, and I need to still figure out my mic settings to make sure it picks up everything I say, because it's a trade-off. Don't pick up the furnace, but don't pick up the whispers either. So it's a trade-off you got to figure out. Cold weather, yeah. Okay. But the next morning, the sun was rising, giving them a little bit of an indicator of direction, thankfully, at that point. But they saw the darkness that they're familiar with closing in around them, signaling that a visitor is coming to meet with them. So we are going to pick up with the darkness closing in, and let me get all the redemptions that came in while we were there. Talking about this, we have Mike and Rachel get their advantage dice so far, and we have a chat blessing as well. See, that's going to Ashley.
Nice.
Write these down. And as you guys are kind of getting up in the morning, self-situated, turn on your advantage, Rachel. Okay, there we go.
Thanks.
As you guys get situated, you see the shadows come in and the figure coming out of the darkness, familiar, dressed very finely in a kind of advanced looking tuxedo, comes out, and it's the familiar face of Death.
So cool.
Good morning,
Wait, did you say he's wearing a
everybody.
tux?
Oh, nice suit.
Like a suit? I
Excuse
say,
me.
if he's in a tuxedo, he's like a Bond. Like,
afraid
he
He
looks
came from the Christmas party.
yeah, he's like, hello,
Eleanor
everyone.
leveled up.
Excuse me, not tuxedos. Suits.
Oh my god. Listen, we have to talk about his tux. He's wearing a tux. Anyway.
Going to a party after this. What's going on?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Thank you for coming.
I think we have some things to discuss. Welcome back. All seem very quiet. think we have a lot of things to discuss from food of the group here, it seems.
It's been a long few days.
You've been gone for quite a while. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
It's 3 weeks or something, I think.
Well, it wasn't quite that long. About 2 weeks. But
2.
yes,
Feels
welcome.
like longer.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, fill me in.
She'll like offer a seat to him if we're all kind of like around campfire.
Kind of look around for a good spot and sit down.
Dav casts Tetsu's floating disc and offers him a seat.
Oh, all right. You cast a spell.
Yes.
Just don't want you to sit on the floor with that great tuxedo you have. Eleanor's been teaching me the etiquette of fine clothing.
There's no mishap. Thank you.
Of course not.
Embarrassing.
That's up.
Not
Thank you,
with Dav.
If it
And
Thank you, Devril.
this concentration, can I do this for everybody? Really good, couldn't I? That's funny. I can do that for everybody.
It doesn't go away if you cast a second one?
That's what I was trying to read. I don't think so.
Wow. Well, he sits down.
Yeah.
So, fill me in.
Could you do this as a bridge? Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
I know, I was thinking
Fill him
that
in as
too.
I look into my spell a little bit more.
Yes, well, I'm not sure if you were able to read some of what I wrote. Or if you just came right away.
I did read it, yes.
Sure. Well, first off, it seems that that Black Rose did work. Seems that the curse has lifted for you.
That is good to hear. Congratulations to you on that.
It was Eleanor's spell that did it. With the remove curse.
Wonderful to hear. Good work, Eleanor.
Thank you. So that sort of checked off the list, I guess. She said she heard them sort of threatening things as they were being cast out.
The hags, you mean?
Yeah, we made them very angry.
Most assuredly you did by doing that, yes. Well, I'm sure that will be have its benefits and its cons. They are definitely a group that deserves all fortune that falls on them, I'm sure.
I do think. Oh, good.
By the way, Kelly and Ashley, you have an advantage now too.
Thank you.
I'm shocked at how much this mic picks up because normally that would have been like me stopping and you just kept going. So that's why that threw me off there. I was like, hadn't really fully formed my question yet. I was just gonna say that sounded very personal, but I remember, yeah, okay. Seemed just a little,
Yes.
yeah.
And
You said you
I've had run-ins
personal-
with hags before, yes.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
nasty and
Cool.
awful.
All of them. There's not like a redeemable version.
Like a nice hag?
I mean, perhaps there is something out there, but those who are targeting children are not nice.
These ones are evil.
Yeah, it's a
There,
good
see?
point. So I
Evil.
still a little groggy. I haven't had my coffee yet. Sorry, guys. Continue.
I just kind of like we probably did have coffee. I kind of like wordlessly pour you a cup and just like hand it to you.
Thank you.
And you're marking went away when the hags were killed. You didn't need to break a curse or anything, did you?
There was, yeah, I was not able to remove the marking until the hags were killed. Yes.
Can I just look at Euphemia? Oh God, I'm sorry.
No, no. Oh, wait, you're fine. I'm sorry. I was saying something and I couldn't hit my button fast enough. I'm sorry. I was gonna ask a question about um his mark, but if you were gonna say, I don't want to like interrupt you either. So
No, actually, you can still ask. I was just gonna be watching Euphemia's mood to see how much I want to ask her in front of death, or how much I wait. So you can go ahead.
okay. I was gonna ask him like, what was your mark? Did it look like? What did it look like? What was it? Was it like ours, where it was like happening slowly, or?
It's definitely similar, but the one I had was complete immediately. The fact
Wow.
that yours seems to be progressing is definitely different. Mine was a bit more jagged than yours is. Yours is a little more smooth, and there are
What
definitely
did yours like?
differences, but that just could be
Was your?
for multiple reasons.
Because I remember you said yours was like to mark you, I guess, but like, was it to like find you, or was it like, what did yours do again? I think. Sorry, I think we like asked this before, but I'm just.
Yes, it seemed to make it so that I could not hide from the coven.
Mm,
They
okay.
could seek retribution upon me.
There had to be some sort of connection with Euphemia's curse, because there were a few times when it seemed that when dreams weren't enough, as we were
Mhm.
nearing the rose. I mean, one night there was a whole flock of these decaying crows that attacked us in the middle of the night. Focused solely on Euphemia and Edison.
Starting to wonder if the markings, though, could be separate but
Yes.
not focused. Because I think we might have mentioned it before, but you guys all agreed. Forgot to do my voice. You guys felt the mishaps damage that felt very similar to when we were marked the last time.
Oh, yes. We just emerged from a mishap crack. It formed a crack in the earth now, which hadn't happened before. And I think we got a new part of the marking again. And
Interesting.
creatures followed us this time. And like those mishap creatures that we fought, and their sort of energy felt similar to the pain that the marking brought on.
That is quite interesting. Well, sure, as time progresses, you'll keep discovering more about the situation. You all seem quite capable of accomplishing much. Seems
We
there were
did
some
identify.
updates too that you
Sorry.
found out about as you were in that other place. It said there was some sort of energy that you saw, Eleonora. That seems quite interesting.
I think Euphemia started to see something of it when we jumped through the mishap crack originally.
It was the same thing you saw, yeah.
Like a glimpse. And then when I died, I awoke, which I assume was you.
Perhaps
in
it was the
place.
strangest thing. It was like you were being pulled away from me. It's hard to describe. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. And I felt like you were slipping or being pulled away. And I made an attempt to keep you connected to me. I felt this connection continue at that point. No more polling shortly after that. So it seemed to work, whatever that was.
You felt me die before, correct?
Yes.
So did you feel me die that second time, or did you not feel anything and then a pull?
It was all at once the poll happened.
Oh, I see. So
Have you
maybe not together to dissect a good part.
I mean,
Have
it
you ever
was
had
a
anyone
very
else
strange
that's-
feeling.
Mm.
Sorry, Deborah.
Have you had? Sorry,
Go for it.
I'm so sorry. Keep on thinking you were done. I'm so sorry. Have you had anyone else that's tethered to you that's died before?
It's different. The way I connect with Eleanor is different than how I've connected to others, but I don't have a lot of experience of people dying who have been connected to me.
Eleanor just laughs a little bit. Just look. Seems I filled the quota for everybody.
Well,
Well, you
that's
help
kind of where my
answer
mind's
questions.
Yes.
going on this is it seems this energy has to do with death, pulling the souls to somewhere when they died. It's trying to pull you, but your power, literally of death, pulled her back from it.
I'm convinced it was you that saved me from that, because I witnessed another soul. Someone must have died, and they had the same tether. And they did not seem awake. They weren't struggling, nothing. And they just sort of silently got pulled into this flow of mishap energy and disappeared. Partnering that up with the inability to resurrect, but it worked on me in that second timeline, makes me worried for the state of whoever dies there.
Or what if something is gathering souls, breaking them from their tether from their gods or whoever they were with before?
Or keeping them in a place where I just separated, I guess. Maybe not severing the ties, but like, I don't know, keeping them in some plane that they can't get to.
And the reason why we're connected to Mishaps is partially out of death, just like the other adventuring group.
Eleonora, when you've claimed a soul before, does the drawing that you do look similar to kind of what happened to that soul that you saw?
Is it Marky?
Slightly. There's definitely
What
some
would-
similarities, but
What would be the similarity, I guess?
Like an energy.
it's an energy
tether.
pulling something in. So there's
Oh,
definitely some
okay.
that you would see.
Okay.
Different colors,
mean-
different kind of vibe of kind of the tether that's pulling it in, but
It was similar, I think. Sort of something being drawn in quickly, too.
interesting. I'll be honest, that is a bit concerning to me.
Is there a way that anything you can do has been mishapped?
I don't know, perhaps I still do not quite understand what is happening here that would be causing all of this.
Well, is the magic and the way you use magic with souls, is that a rare thing? Like, unique to you? Or is it a bit more common?
It is, I wouldn't say very common. I believe some people would know how to do this as well. I would not say it's a common practice.
Well, on such a massive scale.
That is what is very concerning if it's a whole plane of existence that could potentially be drawn upon. That is substantial.
And even where it was located was confusing to me. It was like it was sandwiched between the two timelines, or whatever you want to call it. And in the middle was just this vast void of nothingness, with the crack just sort of in between it. Or no, it's not even a crack, it was just the flow of magic, I suppose.
I'm certain what that is. Very interesting. Do you have any leads?
Sorry, you both talked at the same time.
Yeah. Leads for what?
Or things to pursue in this study as you investigate this?
Well, I did inform Mr. Stevens about it, but he simply took note of it, and that was it. It was through a sending spell, so there wasn't much conversation to be had. I know on our list, which probably is a little more climbing the priority lately since Euphemia is feeling a bit better. We do need to find some sort of components to maybe try and fix the flow of magic through one of Mr. Stevens's rituals of ancient magic. But as for pursuing knowledge on it, I don't even know who would know anything about that aside from maybe Vari, but I don't know if she would know anything about that.
Well, at least you still have some options. Still have the hags who potentially could be connected in some way to this. Have Stevens, as mentioned. Who knows? Vivari would be helpful too. Well, but I do believe in you, Thor. I think you're quite capable. You clearly have overcome much to get to this point. I think you'll figure this out. I believe in you.
Mr. Death, sir. I know probably a lot of this is proprietary information, but with your ability to capture souls that we've heard about on a larger scale, is there anyone else that would have been around here, or were you? Sorry, do we know that he was from here? I feel like we know that,
Yeah,
right?
he told us, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know of anyone else that was where you were from that had similar knowledge of that? Or capabilities of that?
Didn't I tell you about the individual who was here when I lived here? Who was collecting souls?
Illuminance,
Yeah.
yes.
And he's dead, right?
Yes.
Where
As
was
far as
he?
I know.
Where was he putting them? By the way, the souls that he was collecting. Where was he putting them? I forgot what you said.
He had a necklace that he was using to accomplish that.
Did like
That I am
like
in
any of the
possession of now.
are the souls still in it, or did you like let them go? His silence is interesting.
The ones that were there, I believe, are gone now.
RP Wendy.
Oh. He kind of like understands what he like is kind of meaning by that. Like, okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. So when the old ones were in there, did like the god, like I guess whatever, like I don't know, like the any of the like gods noticed they were gone, or did any people like notice that this thing was wrong, or was it just like not something anyone noticed until we found out about it? I said we. Oops. Slipped the
Well,
tongue. Oops.
The collective
there
we.
And
Yeah.
I was
The
her
royal
all
we.
along.
there are a lot of souls out there. Taking even a few hundred or 1,000 might not be noticed immediately. It's unfortunate, but there are quite a few souls that are out there.
Well, and didn't you say that the way that the plane had been set up, it was very secluded?
Yes, the positioning of
So-
this plane is far from the oversight of many of the deities that are out there.
So do you think that timeline, or not timeline, like our other place we keep going to, do you think that that is another plane?
Perhaps? I'm
Yeah.
uncertain. I've heard talk about a copy, or could be reflection, or it could be, again, an illusion, as we discussed. But
Mm.
I'm uncertain about what it is. Rachel, you got a
mean,
plus two, by the
I'm
way.
gonna-
I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna
you
look at
can-
Eleanor really quick and be like, "Did you tell him about Zydron's dream?"
No. Well, I did, I think, in my letter, but it does make me worried that this is more connected than we realized. If Zydron had a dream about doing what he did, this other Zydron, the day that he died in this timeline, there must be some sort of connection. I don't know how he would have ever got that otherwise.
Yes. Clearly there is some sort of connection, if that could happen.
Did you, with the acquiring of the tools that this Illuminance used, did you find out anything else about, I don't know, anything that might connect to this situation at all?
I was gonna ask that too, or how the necklace works, so we could understand it to see if we could relate it to something.
Just in general, if you're going to capture souls, you need something to store them in.
Do you know how he was doing his capturing of souls? I forgot what you said. I'm sorry. Before.
Illuminance? In
Mhm.
general, he would take fragments of souls and connect them to his necklace, and occasionally there'd be some he'd take the entire thing of. But that is how he practiced it.
Mm.
So if someone like, how does a soul fragment, I guess?
Well, souls are quite powerful. I mean,
Mhm.
those who... There are many who even can create their own magic from their soul themselves, even out there. For those who are more intellectually based, like myself, and like you, Davro. But there are others who, like Eleonora, you're not someone who studies magic. You're not somebody who does it that way. It's more of an internal thing.
So that's a bit like using the soul, you're saying, in and
Just
of
souls
itself.
can be quite powerful, and one can use a soul to be a fuel for something, and a portion of one still has power to it, even if it isn't a full soul. Still has
So like,
some power.
could it be like fragments? Would if your soul is fragmented, could it be in two different bodies? Like if there was a reflection or something, and Zydron was like part of him was somewhere, and he kind of knew that. I don't know. Is that possible or no?
Great
Like,
That
if two
is-
walking people have the same, if they're just a copy of a body.
That is one
Eleanor's
that,
just smiling.
one of the questions that
She already
Eleanor did
asked
ask
that.
me.
Oh, really?
Thinking Winifred.
It's-
Yes, it was something we were discussing.
It is not something that I have known to be possible. Generally, there is, if you fragment a soul, one does not regrow. The fragment, it remains what it was, and the whole, the main one, will regrow back to what it is, but there will only be one whole soul.
Would you know? Like, could a person be walking around with a fragment of a soul and not know it? Or could they operate fully normally with only a fragment of a soul, or would they not be an actual person then?
It is certainly possible that someone would have a portion of their soul taken, and some even means recovering. Like Eleanor, when you were brought back from the dead, your soul is recovering from the trauma of death. So you physically feel it. You feel more exhausted, and you don't feel fully up to speed. There's definitely the potential to feel the trauma of a soul being split.
Have you ever seen a soul be duplicated?
Duplicated, no. That does not seem to be something that anybody I am aware of is able to practice.
We know it could be transferred, but duplicated. I just wasn't sure if a mishap. If a container was duplicated and a soul could have been duplicated with one. But
That is, again, the theory that Eleonora discussed that I thought about, and a duplication
don't-
would be some very unknown territory for what can be done. If someone can do that, I certainly am not able to. I don't know who would be able to. And again, highly concerning if that is possible. With that kind of power, who knows what could be done.
Well, that is a bit of my worry, is if you have an entire plane of half souls, whole souls, I don't know, duplicated, and then they're just going directly to whatever it is, not to be returned even with resurrection magic.
the big source.
That's a lot
Yes.
of power.
Yes, it is. So,
And it's clearly enough to potentially even, or at least start timelines, to potentially even duplicate deities if something like Akrol is in both places.
Oh, yes, or a whole host of demons invading Northport.
That clearly is like thinking about something in his head. But
Can we
all
insight
just
to
look
get,
at
like,
him.
Can we try to insight to get like some sort of like mood
I
or
was just going to
anything?
ask you.
you all
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
just sense like he is pondering something in his mind, like deeply in thought after that last bit of topic. But
You want to take us down the rabbit hole?
just this, no guarantees that this could be anything related. Just thinking about the duplication of souls, and you said God could be duplicated potentially, and I just happen to know there is the destroyer deity that is sealed away somewhere, and it would be real bad if that was ever duplicated. But that's just a whole different wormhole that I don't want to go down.
Where is he sealed
Destroyer
away?
deity.
Not going to tell you that. It's better to
Ah.
not know, but that's
Oh, it's you're talking about the one that Lucy faced.
yes,
That's what you're
Rotendo.
talking about. You Rotendo, yes. All right.
Yes.
That's actually exactly what I was referencing. That and Akrol and a potential luminance or whatever else could be here. If we've already seen something like Bowen, Boden, whoever we've interacted with here, clearly there are things powerful enough that have been either duplicated or reflected or something, not just us.
whatever is happening here is certainly concerning. So I will continue to investigate what I can to hopefully aid in your mission. You four are clearly tied to this deeply, and I believe in you.
Thank you. The marking, I am not convinced that it's from hags anymore. It seems to be tied more to everything in some way.
It certainly could be from a different source. I don't think there's any harm in still killing those hags and making sure, but it's
We're going to.
Yes.
yes. I'm sure you will, yes. But perhaps it's not related. I still think absolutely worth making sure it is not related.
Of course. Yes.
Could hags be like utilizing it, but not necessarily like could they tap in like if it was not them necessarily, could they tap into it somehow even if it wasn't them? I don't know if that even makes sense, but
Anything could be possible, honestly, after what I've heard. Could be many different things happening. It could even be someone or something else using similar magic to do something else. Who knows? But it could be many things.
One more weird thought. Just want to throw this out there since we're all kind of having fun going down these rabbit holes. Eleanor, you mentioned the visualization that between these worlds is another crack. That's what's pulling these tethers in, is a mishap crack, right?
It's like a flow. It's not like a crack in anything. It's just sort of the word I keep using to
Like a
identify
river.
it, since we just keep seeing it here as a crack. But think of it more like a river. It looks more just like a flow of pure energy.
If our connection allows us to jump into this flow or into this cracks one way, I wonder if we'd ever be able to jump into it to find out where these souls are going.
Unless they're just being consumed entirely.
It does sound risky.
Just a thought. Just a thought. A theory to put out there for consideration for other matter.
I am always open to theories, Davra. I definitely enjoy hearing theories. You just don't want to be the person who jumps into the...
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm not referencing. We should even think about that right now.
Oh, right.
It's sort of like a what if sort of situation.
Yes.
Sure.
Maybe down the road, after some safeguards can be put in place to prevent the worst from happening. But yes.
Like a simple death ward, I'm sure would cover it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
No, of course. Yes. A total, word recall or something, maybe. Maybe a total recall, even. I also had one more thought. Dr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw. When was the last... I don't know. I'm really out of it, guys. I started going to Doctor Who all of a sudden, like multiple Shaws. Mr. Shaw.
No, still not Mr.
Shoot!
Nope, I'm
Mr.
not.
Death, sorry.
No.
Now I see why you're laughing. My brain is in two worlds right now. Brendan's like, I'm back here chopping away. Yeah, Dr. Death, whatever. When was the last time you checked on this necklace?
Oh, it is something I am very actively keeping an eye on. This is quite safe.
What didn't you say how were you able to take it from him?
Well, I ended up with a portion of it, and upon his death, I was able to track down the rest of it.
And you have the other portion as well?
Yes. I have all of it.
Which is good.
Would these items be found naturally in this world as well to make another necklace if needed?
There are certain items that are items of legend. This would be one of them. There is generally one of a kind, or they are extremely, extremely rare if there are multiples.
That actually makes me feel better.
Did you ever find out how Illuminance got his hands on something like that then?
I believe he may have connections to other powers out there as well.
Oh.
Who knows? How does any world-ending creature get their hands on their world-ending device? There could be a plethora of reasons for that.
Don't
For
you
soul
wonder?
duplication. I'm sorry. Say duplicate, like, I don't know. If soul duplication is possible, maybe magical legendary item duplication is possible too.
Well, if we consider perhaps that this world has been duplicated to be another world, if there is legendary items here, are they also there?
Maybe over there
There
too?
could be too.
Yes.
And that's what I guess that's my hope. My question this whole time has been, yeah, are there two of were there two of us before we died? Like are there two of everything, or is it like somehow half of like two halves of a whole? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
They're all great
This-
questions.
This might not matter, but
Seriously.
because some things seem to mirror each other a bit, do you know, or do you have theories on who
Mm.
that angel had connections to?
My best guess would be Ladius.
Again. She's everywhere.
He is somewhat of a mother to the exiled, I'll say.
What do you mean?
Well, she resides in Vraxon, or the Abyss, the ones who are tossed aside to rot forever and never be seen again. She's known to extend a hand of assistance or aid with many strings attached to those desperate individuals. And Illuminants seem to have connections to Vraxon. It
Interesting.
would line up, in my mind.
Mark, can I roll insight on him as he's talking? Because I know about his connection with Ladius, and he doesn't
The
seem to like her,
drama.
and I just want to like see if I can pick on anything,
You can
please.
certainly
Wait,
try.
did you tell us about it too, or no? You did not. You didn't
Roll
tell us.
for
You told
the
us about
No!
his. You told us some. You told us some
I
things.
told
I can remember
told
what
you
you.
some things. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember.
Necklace,
I'll have
though.
to go back and listen to what exactly I told you, but
I think you
I
told.
don't think it was about this.
Dav knows about Eladius.
I was gonna say you told Dav
because
a
he
little
helped
bit.
me research it. I think Winnie knows too. I've kind of avoided telling Euphemia
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
anything.
Can I insight then?
She honestly
if I
looks
kind of know.
pretty disinterested, so
What are you
Yeah,
guys
can I
trying to
send
pick up
insight
even?
too? If I like.
Well, for me, I'm just trying to pick up if this seems like he's saying it in a personal way.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's alluding to himself as like oh, desperate soul. Like if he's kind of being like, you get the impression it's like he's having some self reflection in that moment, I guess.
I think too, like the reason why I'm rolling for it is he's talked to me about being desperate, and Eladius, he doesn't want anything to do with her anymore, and different things like that. So
You guys can roll. What do you got?
okay.
I got a nat 20.
Oh!
Is this
I got a
insight,
10.
right?
Yeah, it'd be an insight roll.
You learn all of Death's
24.
plans.
24.
24? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get, Rachel?
I'll use my bless. Just for
Your bless,
funsies.
okay.
Yeah.
14.
He does not seem to be speaking from any sort of attachment at this point. Don't pick up on anything.
Okay. He's just playing it pretty cool.
He's forgiven himself. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool.
Do you believe this Eladius would be so invested that if Illuminance failed, she would step in to try and accomplish what he didn't, or get another entity to do it? Or, like you said, is it just more of a, I'll make deals so you can go do what you want to do, and I don't really care what you're doing?
In general, Eladius will have her favorites, and those who she is connected to, I'll say. I don't know if she cares for many of the people that much, though. And Illuminance's goals were to get rid of Acacius, who is god of heaven, if you all forgot, just a reminder.
Did you? I don't think he's told us that, did he?
I don't remember. There's a lot of things he said. I don't remember if he said that specifically.
Either.
But
Yeah.
Sure.
that was his goal as far as I know. And I would absolutely think that Eladius would have a no issue with that being the goal, or potentially a goal of hers herself. But connections to Illuminance himself, it probably could be easily replaced for the next motivated individual. The same thing.
I almost get the impression that if one falls off, there's always another to pick up, I'm assuming.
In business terms, she has a lot of turnover.
Alright. Makes sense.
Do you believe she is actively involved here in this plane?
Hard to tell for sure. I'm sure she has her fingers. I don't know about how in depth she would be involved, though.
It
All
seems
right, well,
so many coincidences not to even look down that route.
What do you mean by coincidence?
Tethers to souls, the way it's being utilized, the fact that it's the same plane that Illuminance and you have both connected to, that Eladius also exiles. There's just themes.
Well, again, I don't know if Illuminance was actually connected to Eladius or not. It could be some other thing that was there. As far as I know, Eladius was not even aware of the plane here.
Sorry, okay, my brain twisted on itself. How did she get brought up again, then?
oh, I was just asking what was the ties that he thought Illuminance had with Eladius. That was all that was. Because basically just be like on the
Yeah.
lookout for if we
Isn't
see
he saying
that
Illuminance is related, or could be?
he
So-
thinks
related?
he is. She is.
It was
but-
kind of a question
Okay,
of
yeah.
how could Illuminance get to the position to do what he did.
Right.
He
One source could be her.
suspected It
Yeah.
could be Eladius, and that was kind of where
Right.
this all flew from.
That's why Dad's just saying that's enough for him to say, well, that's enough to not count it. That's all he's trying to say here.
It is certainly something that could be considered, but I mean, there were other fiends who were in the plane as well, and you have fiends, I guess, who you're dealing with as well, or things of that nature. It could be, again, numerous things that could be behind this.
For sure. For sure.
There's connections to the nightmare world. There are connections everywhere. So I don't want to say jump to a conclusion quite yet, Davril. It seems a
Oh,
bit
no,
early for
I'm
that.
not jumping to any conclusion. I'm just saying it's definitely worth looking into and researching if it is possible.
Yes, I think all
Looking out for
all
anything.
aspects are worth studying at this point.
Agreed.
Did you want to see the advancement of the marking at all? Would that be helpful to you?
Yes, that'd be great to see.
Gabriel, if you
We have
please.
identified
Thank
this
you.
before, right? feel like.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
we've tried.
nothing there. You don't pick up anything.
Yeah.
So he'll look at it. Clearly incomplete. Does give me arcane vibes. Nature. Still, I don't know what this purpose would be at this point.
One thing I have been thinking about, which, well, I've been thinking originally when we got this, I think you had said something like, we need to be careful when this thing is completed because we don't know what will happen.
Yes.
One of the things that I've been thinking about is it could be that you can't return. I mean, it could be something far more, world shattering or something, I don't know. But, I mean, we keep depending on being able to come back here. But there will come a time, will we not be able to? Will it just be, that's it?
Have you found any means to return of your own will?
No.
No.
We know if we jump in the cracks, we can
That's
like.
your
Well,
That way.
Oh,
yeah.
it's here, I guess.
not the other
But that's only
place.
one. That's only one way. So it's not. It's only a one-way ticket. But
We have theories that it could be related to either ancient magic or our own personal, I guess, vendettas or whatever you want to call it. But they line up with that, but they don't line up consistently. I'll kind of open his notes to kind of like, in a way, mimic the timeline thing, kind of show the different triggers.
Interesting. Well, perhaps as time goes on, maybe a pattern can be revealed with that. If there is the risk of being stuck somewhere, perhaps trying to find a way choose return would be useful.
Very useful.
Interesting. Was there anything more along this line of thinking before I change the subject? No?
Mm.
I also, speaking of just Eladius and demonic, I feel like the more that things have been revealed with Shadowrock, it seems like it is both to a certain extent. At least that's what I've been wondering. With how it seems that the second timeline's perceiver is now acting very similar to me back before I joined up with you, and seems to be free of mind, and this resurrection of myself. I don't know if you had any thoughts about that.
So they resurrected you, so there could be another version of you there. Maybe that could be something to pursue and see duplication of souls, that nature. Do you think you would be accepting of yourself if you found a duplicate of yourself coming to meet you?
Not if they're
Like
being
if it-
mind control.
So, sounds like what it is I was killed in that timeline. My body was brought back to Shadowrock, and a funeral was performed, and everything. I mean, there's news about it all over the place there. Then Perceiver was dismissed and told her services were no longer needed. And then suddenly she is distressed and trying to sound the alarm, worried about Julian. Very
Soul
similar
switching
to how
again?
I was trying to, like... What?
Sorry, is soul switching a thing? Like if they put Perceiva and then you in Perceiva's body? Is that a
I
thing that
don't
can happen?
I don't know about that. All I know is that when I tried to speak to Julian, he was speaking about how his mother was right beside him and who am I and that I'm scaring him and different things like that. And
Could be this entity can only control a certain amount of people at once.
I mean, with how Vubaris was resurrected, quote unquote, but it does not seem to be her. It made me feel more like it's not me at all, but maybe it's something similar if they all seem to be connected with the grave robbers.
Maybe it doesn't have a soul.
I mean, just like a body, like a shell acting on command or something.
Kind of avatar, yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Those are all good things to pursue, maybe some investigations of.
Is it possible to resurrect a body, but not with the original soul?
Yes.
With someone else?
That would be possible, yes.
Would they have to kill the other person? Like, if they did resurrect you with Perceiva's soul or something, would they have to kill Perceiva then, too? Or could she do it when she's like alive?
I don't know if it's perceived at all. It might just be
Or
some
whoever, yeah.
grave rob. Oh, but you're right though. You're saying like, how would you put the new person inside?
Yeah, would you have to kill that person, or would they be like a willing participant, be able to transfer?
Well, one would be more along the lines of a possession at that point, if there are multiple souls there, compared to removing the soul in some way to make room for a new one. Whatever that could be, death or capturing the soul. Could be multiple things. But if your body was dead, there is no soul there, anything could move in.
I mean, it clearly was secretive because there's not news going around that I'm miraculously alive, wandering around. I think
The
everyone's
only
just
reason for that
dead.
really would be what, for Julian's sake, to keep Julian. Like the only reason for that would be probably for him, because if no one outside the family knows about it, then
I worry there's some sort of. I mean, Julian has to be wrapped up in this somehow. I don't know how. I don't know
Otherwise,
why they would go
entity
to all
would
the
have gotten
trouble
rid
for
of it.
that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can consider this as potentially an illusion or a copy, because if Zydron is connected to himself, my son might be connected to this.
So many things out there, so many questions.
Have you heard of, well, the other thing that I had been researching along the lines of demonic possession and the like is there is possession and then there is like a ownership or something, it seems like the giving of a soul, their soul, to an entity.
Yes. You function upon their behalf. Yeah.
I thought the situation with my brother that night that I was exiled, it almost sounded like an exchange. I heard, at least in my research, the only way to free someone from something like that would be through killing the entity. Is that correct?
That is generally a very accurate solution problem.
There's no other way you think to break free.
Well, you could always try to convince a release to happen. An exchange. Who knows? There are
Deal for another deal.
other possibilities out there, but who knows what could be possible. Knowing you four has definitely opened my eyes that the depth of magic is even deeper than I thought it was. I thought I was already in deep waters. I didn't even realize how much further down it went.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it feels at some point that I wish we could warn people of something that may be on the horizon, but you know, it's not like anyone really believes anything we have to say over here. Aside from a few.
That unfortunately can be how some people are, is unless it's hitting them in the face. Why believe it?
Touche.
It's unfortunate. Thank you for believing us and not dismissing everything we have to say.
I've been around enough people that have dealt with very unique situations that I'm very open to it.
Good. Sounds like it from some of the things Lucy was telling me about.
Great, you get another
And we'll
bless.
just stay here and hear stories.
What?
I said I could sit here all day and just listen to stories of interactions you had.
Perhaps once your work is finished. You sounds like you have much to do.
Oh, you
accomplishing
know
this.
as well as anyone, the work is never over.
Like Death's
Well.
having a manager moment of like, well,
Yeah.
guys, we've been talking for a while. Like we've been standing around talking for like,
If you have time to lean, you have time to
getting
clean.
time to clean. Okay, thanks. Manager Death.
Here's our quarterly work performance. We need to
Yeah.
raise expectations, guys.
Think about those bonuses, everybody. Walks away like, okay, thanks. Anyway, okay.
I'll just kind of like look to the other three and just say, is there anything else we needed to ask about, especially with your own individual strange things?
Where are we? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question.
Where are you?
I was wondering if anyone was going to ask that.
I forgot.
I've been waiting.
Best I can tell, Yellowfield is that way, Northport is that way.
I knew we were by Yellowfield.
I don't think you're far from a road if you continue east a little ways.
Thank you.
Like one of the few lakes that are not connected to a river. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also
Great.
mostly looking at Dav too to see if he
Yep.
has any questions about
Oh,
Admiral or
I'm just
anything.
reacting to Yellowfield. Sorry. Yeah. Well, a little selfishly speaking, a little non-selfishly speaking, because a lot of these questions, I do feel like there is the potential. The more we research into ancient magic, could point us in new directions. But Dr. Death, in your experimentation with magic, you said it treads deep and dangerous. And I don't remember exactly what they filled him in on last time, because I think we talked about the tier. I think that happened before we talked to him last time. If not, I fill him in on all that. And with all this, I've been really holding off on trying to experiment with this stone to understand its capabilities or utilization. Do you have any idea or way of either tips on what to do with it to try and tap into it, or more importantly, is there anything you know that could, I don't even know, put like a bubble me off or put me in safe mode so I don't hurt somebody else from experimenting with this?
Do you mind if I take a closer look at it?
Please. Let me take it out. Just kidding. Just go closer to him.
Oh.
Just kind of looks at it. From the looks of it, I don't know if you could get that out.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking about that actually.
He'll kind of move in close and look at it and Do you mind if I...
Please do.
Does a little incantation, kind of like twiddle his fingers a little bit.
He does warn him about his interaction with the major stone that he dealt with and the sentience that was there. So he does fill him in on that before he does this.
Yeah, he's like, I wonder. That would be... He does a little things with his fingers. See some red floaty magic that happens. His eyes go wide. Davriel, I do not recommend trying to connect to this currently. This is something that... How do I put this?
Oh, with your reaction, please go ahead. Just rip the band-aid off. That was...
So,
the fact that you reacted that way.
there are...
Yeah, did Shaw roll for mishap?
No
You
mishap.
gonna roll?
That would have been really funny.
There's no mishap.
Wow.
The smell
Dad,
happens to him.
You smell so bad right now.
Eleanor is suddenly not that bad about mishaps anymore because
Yeah.
Like, all of it happened to him, then what happened?
Happened to the god of death. Guys, back off. Sorry.
So,
go ahead.
I'll tell you a story real quick. The situation
stories.
with Rutendo that you've heard about. There was a plane where they were utilizing something similar that was making people sick. It was a scale of Rutendo. Rutendo is often depicted as a
What scale?
elder dragon of sorts.
I can scale, like, weight-wise. My bad. Okay, I'm there with you. That's a big dragon.
What you have in your eye is a fragment of a scale of an elder dragon, which are above the gods. They are removed from the world that we inhabit, the universe we inhabit, and are the creators of this world. And you have a portion of one in your eye socket right now. I believe the one is called Elhenna, the god of energy.
Yeah, remember when you guys said I'm not writing notes? Someone's writing this down.
Yeah, can you spell that, please?
Yeah.
ELHENA.
I appreciated your face the entire time. Like, that's how I feel. All right, cool.
Got it.
How did you even get that if you didn't even know what it was? Or how did
That is
Me? Him?
a
What?
very
how did you even
good
get that?
question on how someone would get a fragment of an elder god.
Who gave you your eye again, Dev? How'd you get it?
The lore of our group is that it was given to us by Acheral long ago, right? Or from, no, I
Yeah.
guess not long ago. Because it would have been somewhat recent, right?
Is Elhenna
Yeah.
still alive? Are the
Oh.
dragons still alive?
Yes. These elder gods are immortal. They will.
So
That's why
could they give away
Rotendo
their
is one of them and is sealed away. He cannot be killed.
Can they give away their scales? Like if Akril working with an elder god, could he just give a scale and say, "Hey, break this apart and put it in your followers"? What would be? I guess I don't know. Is that possible? Or do you have to steal the scale or take it from somebody
So
else?
the scale that they were using of Rotendo's was a portion from a battle at the beginning of time, essentially. Early in
Yeah,
creation. As
how on
far
earth did
back
you
as
guys
the
do that?
timeline
That's really
goes. If someone else received a fragment of Elhenna, the amount of power that can be drawn from even a fragment of a scale of one of these elder gods. Dav, the potential would be to tear you apart down to the smallest fragment of your skin, bit by bit, if there is improper usage of this thing.
Oh, is that why it almost kills you when you try to use it? Because it's just such a
connect to it.
powerful thing.
That would make sense.
Definitely a lot of bounce back of energy. But clearly, my group has been able to tap somewhat into it.
I guess how did they get something like that though? That's crazy. How would Akril get his hands on something like that? That's crazy.
I mean,
That is.
Especially for like,
Well-
no offense, kind of a minor, like, you know, he has a niche following, I suppose. It's
thank you.
it's an interesting thing to get. I don't know. That's very strange. It's very strange.
I mean, how
It's-
else did any of these legendary items exist? Someone had them and handed them to someone else.
Or
So,
took them from someone else.
if anyone is in possession of a scale like this, anyone can manipulate it, or does it have to be something of equal power level? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, Akrol is on a level of like a elder dragon, or could it be anybody being able
Well,
to communicate, sort of thing?
I don't know if Akril would be at the level of an elder dragon, because again, the elder dragons are beyond even Patius and Dalmine and those deities.
Mm.
They are removed from the world, but some individuals, like I said, utilize the scales, portions that they have, do some things with them.
Are they inherently
focus?
good or spell focus?
The deities, are they inherently good?
Sorry, my question is: are they inherently good or evil based on who they are come from? And I think Euphemia is asking what their usage would be, more specifically.
Well, the elder gods are more neutral, I would say. How they relate. They are very hands-off at this point. They sort of set things into motion. The only one that would be truly, at least by our standards, classified as evil would be Rotendo, who wants to destroy all of creation that they originally all worked together on. His goal is to wipe everything out. So Rotendo is a
But anyone,
sealed away elder god. He's not just a regular god.
could use this regardless of their intention.
Yes. Could be used for good or evil, depending on who can properly use it. Yes.
Interesting.
So, seems like, at least, Akrol can communicate directly through this scale.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure even how that would work.
Especially knowing that one big portion where this came from resides here.
I have a portion here. Well, I do not have much experience with these types of things. I'm not sure what is possible with them. But potential could be significant.
Especially in the wrong hands. Yeah.
Well, and especially when your vision, Davril, your dream spell or whatever from your... I forgot her name, I'm so sorry. Oh, did you forget too? Sorry.
No, not Ardril. I'm not in a place where my mind can grab names at the moment.
Well, anyway, the person from your original group, she said there was an aspect of him there.
Yeah,
I don't know if
there's
that's connected to the scale at all, because they don't have that.
right.
The list of things that you all can look into continues to grow.
I know, isn't it lovely?
I wish you the best of luck in pursuing all of these topics, as who knows what could relate to your situation.
Well, part of the triggers definitely do seem to relate to the eye and when I interact with it.
Well, I would advise caution when it comes to this. I absolutely would not recommend, at least in your current state, to try and connect to this fragment in your eye anymore. As if it ever got out of control, it could be the last thing you ever do. And from what I've heard, it doesn't end well for the people around you.
Yeah.
So, and who knows if, based on what that is, you would end up in the other world, even. It might just tear apart your soul if improper usage happened. So, and this larger fragment that seems like something that is worth keeping safe.
Agreed. Thank you. But it's a lot more insight than I've had in a while.
Yes, was not expecting to see a portion of a scale of an elder god today, but again,
In someone's eyeball, yeah.
I am very fond of you four and the things I'm learning from your adventures.
Winnie literally is like, when he says like he's very fond of us, she's like, oh my god. this is
Really?
great.
Flush.
Oh my god.
Yes, well, we've been very grateful for all of your help and your insight, Death. We did want to get you a small token to convey our gratitude. And she'll just pull out, like, it's kind of probably wrapped with paper, like, like a little parcel thing. Then she'll hand it to
I
him.
feel like sheepish. Do you feel like sheepish giving it to him or no? Like,
Oh, me? No, she's very smooth. Just hands it to him.
Whenever I give people gifts, I feel very like wormy and like sheepish. I'm like, and so no, she felt
Please, your gift.
like, yeah, oh, here you go. Thank you.
He'll take it and open it. You said it was wrapped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he'll open it up. And what was it again? Just remind me.
They're cufflinks that we designed to look like the death
Oh, yeah.
hands.
Oh yes. Ah,
Nancy.
very nice, very nice.
They are from the second timeline. So if they are not your style, that is no worries. It's more a trinket for interest anyway.
These are wonderful. Thank you very much. I will send Lucy to retrieve them for me. Point.
Oh, can you not take them with you?
Oh, just remember, I'm not actually here with you. This is a projection of myself to you. But
you brought things with you, so I wasn't sure if items could be. I'm sorry for the extra.
Lucy will be mad.
Work
She's
then.
like, what? I have to go
For
some
this?
dumb gift that you
That's your
This is what I'm
present?
doing. Like,
This is entry level stuff. What are you making me do this?
At least it's not a seashell.
thank you, though. This is very kind of you.
Yes. It's not much, but we wanted to at least give you something to convey our gratitude because it is there. We would not have gotten far without your help and your advice and your insight.
It's all quite interesting to, again, dive into the depths of what is possible out there. Is there anything
Learning
else?
all the time, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. Anything else that you would need from me?
Just one word, Death, if you don't mind.
Of course. Moves its hand. The other three freeze in
Always
place.
the
Don't worry, I will not quiz you with a million questions today. I just wanted to personally thank you for keeping my son alive. I'll like hold up my hand almost like I want to shake it.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand.
But like I'll put my other hand on top of it, just kind of like in like a really like grateful like squeeze really fast before I'll like finish the shake and then put it away.
He'll put
But
his hand on top
just-
of your second hand as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you, truly, Death.
Of course.
I don't feel like words can convey it, but I at least wanted to thank you in person. I would be nothing without him.
Glad your son is all right. I hope you can figure this out for whatever is going on with the other half duplicate illusion of your son, whatever it is. Hope you can figure that out as well and make sure he is safe.
Thank you. You've gone above and beyond what I expected, and I didn't think many people would do that for me anymore. So you've earned my trust in many regards, and I just wanted to convey it.
I'm glad to help. Feel free to pass it on and say how great of a deity I am out here to follow, and we
Of
can
course.
grow in numbers and sizes and rival
Yes.
the other deities out there.
That is my goal. I would like to turn your name around if I can.
Yes, definitely open more doors if I was more accepted in the pantheon.
Yes. Yes, I think the more good that we do and that you do here with us. I mean, if we can help this plane and you were a vital hand in it, that has to be some way to turn the tide of opinion at least a little bit.
So,
Let's hope. In the meantime, no matter what, I am with you, so thank you.
with you as well.
That is all.
Right. He'll release the freeze
Mhm.
time and
I like to think that when she was like, I want to talk to you, he's like, all right, what weird question am I cast you up to ask me this time?
and sorry, I
She
left
knows me.
silence on Dav for that. What did you say, Dav? You were muted, I think.
You're still muted.
I am okay. Just
There you
kidding.
go.
Just kidding. I was finishing the comment where he's like, "Oh, another private conversation."
It's over, don't worry.
It's all right.
Really? I always missed it. So cool.
Oh, so unfortunate.
Again,
So cool.
real quick though, he pauses time for everybody but Euphemia.
That's special.
She doesn't look thrilled at this.
He just kind of looks to you now as, are you alright? You seem very quiet. I want to check in on you.
She like looks at the other, like where the others are, and then looks back at him. We made them very mad. It's worse than I guessed.
Yes. The wrath of Covens. Terrific.
If we don't stop them in time, they will take my mom's soul.
Very sorry to hear that. But I'm sure you won't let that happen.
I'm going to stop them.
When you do, I know you may want to be the one who may want to finish them off, potentially, for all they've done to you. I don't know if you feel that kind of vengeance.
Don't care, I just want them gone.
If you just want them gone, please allow Eleonora to take their souls and send them to me.
I can do that. I'm not going to sacrifice any more lives for this to happen.
I'll make them regret what they've done.
She doesn't really look like she feels better at him saying that. If anything, she looks a little bit sick when he says that. But she won't say anything. We need to know how to find them. I don't want to waste any time when we get back. I don't even know how much time we have.
There are certain spells that you could potentially get access to. I don't know what kind of defenses they may have, but there are certainly ways you can track them down. Signs of blight. They certainly are known to corrupt that which they're close to.
until we actually have real information, we are going on a guess that they might be in the south.
That is a large area. Or you can root it out. May take some time. Eventually, you'll get there. Sure.
I'm worried we will not have enough time. I don't want it to take too long.
Do you have someone who's watching over your mother?
For now, I think there is not an indefinite string there, though. Resources. And I don't know how long she can hold out if that were to end.
Well, guess if you end up being truly feeling the desperation to go, there's always a way back.
I'm hopeful we can make enough progress here fast enough that it doesn't take long to return.
If this is truly a duplicate, perhaps you can find clues here as well.
I thought that too.
Well,
she kind of just like stares down at her hands.
know that even though I cannot be here to do it, I'm with you, Eleanor.
She's doing amazing things.
She is quite capable.
We couldn't do anything that we've done without her so far.
She speaks highly of all of you as well. Well, remember our little agreement. I know it may not feel comforting, but justice can be served. Let's kind of step back and let things resume back to where they were. So, anything else from any of you? I need to get heading back if you do not have anything else, real quick.
Not think of anything. I appreciate you coming out to speak to us. This has been useful.
Absolutely. Good to see you all again. See you are all right. And still in the land of the living.
Yes.
Well, I will leave you to it. Again, that way is Yellowfield. That way is Northport Road is that way. And he'll
Thank you.
turn and start walking back into the shadows, and as he disappears to the mists, fades away, and you guys are back in the bright sunny day. Left
Yay!
together. We're gonna take a break there. So stick around, everyone. We'll be back after our break. And yeah, appreciate y'all being here. Stick around for whatever's gonna come next. That was a lot of lore, so let's digest
So much
that.
lore.
Break time though. Let's go have some good time to break. We're back, everybody, from our break. Our players just had their conversation with Death, Eleanor's patron, and now they are left, just the four of them, apparently in the fields of Etrania. And where they'll go from here? Let's let them find out. Where are you guys going from here?
I want to cast Goodberry since we didn't eat yet.
All right, roll for that.
I'll walk off a little bit.
Sounds good. You get a mishap.
Oh, yeah, okay. That
Seems
sounds
about right. Let me
Always
see what
good
your
news.
mishap is. Okay. You feel especially blessed for a moment as you cast that.
A nice one for once.
Yeah, so nice.
It lasts about a minute, but you felt blessed in that minute.
While you're doing that, I think like Winnie will kind of like go away from everyone else like a little bit, and like she's just gonna like, because she's perhaps suspecting that she was able to cast spells because like a mishap yesterday. So she's like, I feel like it was probably just something weird. I don't know. So she's gonna try and cast guidance on herself and just see if it works.
Sure.
And see. I'm
So
gonna
cute.
explode myself by accident, but like she's like, I really don't know if that was real or not. But
So you
Death knows his face. He's over there watching.
I'm like crouching behind a tree, like hope no one sees me.
Yeah, you go ahead and cast it, and it works. No mishap.
Ooh, okay. I think like she'll be like surprised and she'll kind of like shuffle on over to the group and like if everyone's busy, she's like, hey guys. Hey guys.
Who's your...
Winnie wants to talk.
Well, oh yes, thank you. I think I can cast spells now because I think it just worked. And I could
That's
yesterday, but I was worried that
amazing.
maybe it was just a thing. Yeah. So I can cast spells now, I think. I've never been able to do that before. I tried really hard before and I was never able to do that. So this is very exciting.
Oh, Winifred. So you think
You're-
it worked with
With
Domine?
Domine?
I think, yeah, I feel really, especially being here. Something about I think maybe because everything's all cut off of there, but coming here, it feels like I really like I don't know, it's like a real connection. I can like do things. Like I did it yesterday. I healed myself yesterday, but I thought maybe it was just because we were by a mishap crack. I didn't know. I was kind of scared to think of it anything other than just maybe a random thing. But I think it's I feel like I could do it if I tried right now. So
Michael's emotions are a
lovely.
little underwhelming, but Dab gets up and like picks her up and is like twirling her and like,
Yeah.
you did it, good job. So exciting.
And you get a bless
Into
for
that
that,
crowd.
too, Kelly.
and I get blessed. Oh my god.
Seems appropriate.
How fitting. But I just wanted to say that because now I can I think help in other ways. So if we need some extra help with anything, I think I can do that. So yeah.
Well, good work, Winifred. You must feel
Thanks.
very accomplished.
I don't know if accomplished is what I would necessarily I think I'm a little bit like I think it's gonna take me a while to kind of believe it. I feel like I still feel like it's a fluke. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow, and I really will be sure tomorrow, I think. Or like next week. I'll really sure then that it's like
Sure,
real, you
sure.
know.
It's getting used to
But
it.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The more you practice too, the more it will feel right. That's really exciting.
That's true.
You never get
Yeah.
used to it.
Oh. Is that why you always want to cast spells all the time? Because I kind of want to cast spells like a
Yeah.
lot of spells. I want to cast every
Yeah.
spell I possibly can right now.
Just if it wasn't for mishaps, I'd be like pew 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 all the time.
Yes.
You'd get real
I
annoyed.
did play around a little bit too before the mishaps, which was nice.
Okay. Well, yeah. If anyone needs any help with anything, I think I can help a little bit and do some things
Guess
now. So
what do you think you can do?
I feel like I can heal people if we need it, which I think will be helpful. Not as much as you
Yes.
guys can, or you can Euphemia, but at least a little bit. Also, if I don't know, an extra luck doing some things, I can give you that and like help you a little bit. I think if one of us are dying, I think I can help with that a little bit too. Yeah, just some stuff that will be. Also, actually, we could. I have a question. Can I feel like my like Twilight cleric ability? Can I feel like I can like do? Well, actually, no. I guess darkness is a racial trait. Never mind. So I
Yeah.
have like
That one you always could do.
okay. But I just didn't do it narratively because I was like, that doesn't make any sense if she could do this. Anyway. Yeah, I think I can just maybe help out a little bit if we need extra healing or if anyone needs some extra things, then yeah. So
Awesome.
Good.
oh yeah.
I'm excited
Hopefully
to see you in action.
Me too. It's really weird, but it'll be different, I think, than just but I'm excited.
Hopefully we can take more of the brunt of the mishaps for you for a while at least.
Oh yeah. That would be it's kind of scary. It's kind of a scary possibility. When you're trying to heal someone, you accidentally like fireball them. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't think she saw what happened last. I think she saw. Wait, was that what you were trying? Were you trying to heal? Was that what happened with the fireball? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just. That wasn't pointed at you. It was more just that it could happen to any of us though at any time. That's very scary. I
That's
just never had
why.
that ability, I guess.
That's why being
Okay.
wise with when we do things is important. And even when you
Yeah.
are wise with things like Euphemia, it was good to heal me. It wasn't a bad thing, but just sometimes it happens
Yeah.
anyway. And we just must adapt as best we can.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure to. I've never had to really think about that, and that feels like a very scary amount of pressure to have now. So, especially if you
Yes.
are trying to help someone and you accidentally hurt them, that's very scary. I don't like that.
I think
Okay.
weighing between what maybe doesn't need a spell and is more an innate ability versus what is a spell can be strategic in instances
Yeah.
like that.
Annoying.
Yeah.
And
that
probably
too.
annoying if you don't like doing strategy.
Or if you should do all your spells right now, but yeah, it is
Yes.
interesting.
Winifred, would you mind terribly if I try a spell on you?
No, go ahead.
Thank you. I'll cast remove
What
curse
spell
on
are you
her.
trying? Oh, what are you trying? Do you want to do
All right.
something?
For this to come back out.
So good.
That was so smooth.
I genuinely forgot about it, and so like for a minute I was like, and I was like, oh, I'm sure I would be like, okay, yeah.
That was good.
Wow, what do you mean? So good.
The last second. No.
Yeah.
That high persuasion. Oh man.
you do get a
that's
mishap.
beautiful.
Okay.
Of course.
I get jolted by like electricity.
You roll for your mishap.
Every time you cast this.
I know, it's...
I mean, this
Failed
time
both
I didn't roll
times,
the
though, right?
auto fail yet. I just have to see what the mishap is,
Okay.
because that might be a fail.
Yeah.
But, pick one of the four of you, Rach.
Does it have to be like an inclination of what I'm feeling, or could I just pick?
Pick one.
I'll just do me.
Okay. You feel especially ill at this moment as you cast this spell.
Okay.
But Winnie, you just feel like you've been de-attuned from your battle or your great axe now. You're not attuned to it anymore. You don't get the bonuses to it.
Am I aware that I got deattuned? Like, do I feel that I got deattuned to it, or do I
You're
just?
not attuned to it anymore. Yeah. She
Alright.
breaks your attunement to it.
Do I know like? Do I remember like how I felt when I was attuned to it, or do I not like? Don't really know what was going on.
I mean, you remember everything that happened that I said to you. It's just you don't
Yeah.
necessarily feel anything beyond that, besides what I described to you already. But you're not attuned to it anymore.
Do I understand that she de-attuned me to it? I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, like.
Yeah, you're not attuned to it anymore. She broke your attunement with what she did to you.
Okay. I'll come back. What spell is that? Is that a new one?
But how are you feeling? That was a remove curse.
I mean, was I cursed?
Yes, we think that axe was not a very good thing to attune to.
No. Why? It was pretty cool. It worked pretty well.
There's just a...
That's kind of cool.
It was. There's just a strange shift in your preoccupation with it that was a bit concerning.
Obsessive.
It's all you wanted
I
to
just
do.
really liked it. It was just really good. It was a great axe.
I mean, you did lovely with it.
That was a
Definitely.
good one.
It was a great
Yes.
axe.
Amazing. It's a great axe. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
It was just, it was a
Oh.
little concerning with the way that you didn't seem to want to use your normal skills anymore, only the axe. So we didn't know if it was a little cursed. So I figured better safe than sorry. Just try it out.
Clearly, it's not like she removed something that wasn't cursed, because it's removed curse.
It's true. Oh, wait, does that not work? If it weren't cursed, would there be any sort of thing that happens?
It's a great question, DM.
Like, can I assume that because I feel something that it was cursed? Is that a decent like leap to make?
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that works in this.
Yeah.
I know, I was curious too.
Gotta be in the somewhat detrimental curse-esque magic effect realm, right? So I never thought about remove cursing someone to D2 in the middle of a battle to like stop a weapon from doing something. That's actually
That would be
really
crazy.
I was thinking
Wow.
about doing it if she was gonna go off the walls crazy with it, but she was just doing fine. So I was like, oh, I don't have to waste a spell
Can you
on
imagine
that.
doing
but-
that to Illuminance, like on his necklace, like in round one
That'd
or
be
something?
great.
Like,
I didn't read about this spell. I
Okay.
read the fine wording
I
on
wasn't
this,
yet.
but you go ahead and
I'm
continue.
Okay.
fine.
But
Well, I guess.
I
Do you
mean,
really think it's that bad? I don't know.
I don't know if it's bad or not. It just was
Oh.
concerning if your normal skills weren't being considered anymore. You just only wanted to use the axe.
Which are considerable skills, too.
Yes.
it was enough for us to notice a behavior change.
Oh. Should
So
we just
I mean,
sell it then? Because it was worth a
I
decent
would.
amount. It wasn't bad. Oh, but what's the implication, the moral implication of selling an axe that may not be good to use? I don't know.
You also weren't willing to sell that thing.
Well, I
Like,
really, I
not
don't know.
even
This
willing
really
to
wasn't.
entertain the idea.
I just really didn't want to sell it. I don't know. I really didn't want to.
Yes. So
But I don't really.
also, the appearance is not exactly promising either. The screaming
Should we-
demonic face is not set my
We can
mind
work
at
on that.
ease for
Should we give it to Heidi
how-
then? Maybe like as like she could do something with it, and let her
Well-
know that maybe it might be
well-
cursed, and so that way.
Well, Idgin does buy strange
Oh.
magical items.
I was thinking
And
it
we're right next to
We should probably
Yellowfield.
give them a warning though if it's not good for. I don't know.
Of course.
But if it's not good
yes.
for them. I feel
But
better about that
we-
than selling it because that feels not good either. But
Yes, I mean, it would have to be to the right person, of course.
sure.
Yeah, is that where we want to go?
That's the question
Oh.
I think that we might need to consider.
How far are we from it?
I
From
don't think we're
Dickens.
that far. We're close, from what Death said.
I'm just
Be
looking
good.
up.
Opportunity to mend some bridges.
If you think you can, Devril.
I think I could, especially after what Death said.
I think even giving him the information about that stone of Akrol's would be, or I guess it's not even a stone, the scale.
That's crazy.
I agree.
What on earth would
I'm-
Akrol get something like that? Like, that's crazy.
Well,
If Idgin is in possession of something like that, I think he needs to know what it is as well,
Yeah.
because of the risk involved.
yeah. I agree. The Order will be coming after it for sure. If they locate it. And, I mean, clearly, there's no point speculating it, but if Eladius is somehow involved on the negative side, then she has many agents that could have gotten them hands on this. Or if this is Rotundo, he's probably got agents out there working his machinations. If it's someone good, then I mean that's what this plane was about, was escaping oversight to research items like this for furthering advancement. Whether that's good, bad, or neutral. I mean, That's what we thought our order was for. We had a gift that many people looked at being risky, and there's clearly power behind it. I mean, even if this is a cult being pushed for a bad reason, even death giving me the confirmation that the item itself doesn't have to be bad makes me feel a lot better. Because I inherently don't feel evil with this thing in my eye.
Oh, like you're saying if you're able to break the connection with Acheron sort of thing, then it could
Well,
be.
Acheron itself could, I mean, it could be Rotendo, it could be anybody. But
What if you did?
regardless of Rotendo and the others, if I focused on this with other people, it doesn't have to be bad. We don't have to summon anything.
Would you do what you just
Or
did for, like, to me a minute ago, and just casted that spell on it, and would that break a connection?
you
If
back
wow.
some from Eleanor a little bit. I don't really want
Well,
to do
I mean, wouldn't the point be then to
Mhm.
break the connection that Acheron has to the scale? That would be the point, right? That's what you're
potentially.
saying? Because that is the big thing that Idgin
That's
is
the
concerned
worries,
about,
yes.
is Acheron.
Is Acheron.
So if you
I
can
agree.
guarantee with Idgin that we're going to be cautious with Acheron, we're not going to ally with him or anything like that, then I think we can
Without knowing
salvage
he's an
this.
ally, yes.
What?
I'm just saying, what if Acheron does end up being an ally against Rotundo or something like that? That could be still a possibility.
I mean, potentially.
Without confirmation, I understand. Yes.
Yes. But I think
yes, I'm more willing to understand the risks of it and not push that agenda. I was getting frustrated at how blindly they weren't willing to accept alternatives. But I get where their concerns come from.
And I think, at least where we stand now, them being our allies is much more beneficial than them being our enemies, and they've already done a great deal for us.
I agree.
So to keep that relationship intact is very important.
I agree.
So, I don't know what the next steps would be or anything like that, but I mean, he may press you for a guarantee that you won't ally with Acheron or something. And I just need you to be prepared for that and to answer in a way that isn't going to ignite more controversy.
I will tell the truth like I always am. I will never ally with an entity that I'm not aware of their intentions.
That is a better way to word it.
You and Death have been running off on me.
Good.
So is Edison. It's over you, female. But ultimately, are we still focusing on the hags?
Well, there's a few things we probably need to think about. First of all, here, we are actively being tracked because of me. So, I'm not sure how quickly others can get to me with us being so far out. But I, as of yet, do not have any anti-scry. So I don't know if we go into major cities, if that will be affected.
Maybe we can do a trade.
That's sort of what I was thinking. We have 300 gold right now. We have a cursed axe and a couple other, what was that other magical item? That darkness
Well,
orb.
not really magical, like a little rock.
Well,
Could
that
be a
rock
small
and then
token.
also the magical orb for darkness.
Oh,
Orb
yeah,
of
that one.
darkness. Yep.
So we could think about that as an option to kind of keep us protected. That could give us leave to go in many directions. We could even go back to resume some of your training and think about how to get that dragon egg to pay off the debt with Vari, and then maybe we could reignite that relationship, find out some more information from her.
I think there is a item for Huneric in that area as well.
There is an item for Humeric in that area.
So we using that to advance our research on the hacks.
I mean, we could, or even finding a way to fix some of the magic may innately help us when we have to go back to the second timeline. Because if magic is starting to be fixed, then maybe it will be more on our side than against us when we face them in battle.
Sure.
We could go in the direction of trying to track down more about the hags, but we do not have Edison. So I'm not quite sure. Unless we did end up going to Lakeside at some point. Maybe there's things in the library there that could help us for research purposes. Unless
We
you had
paid
an
them off,
idea,
right?
Euphemia, but
We paid off our debts
well,
to Lakeside.
yes, we paid off
That's
the
not the-
city, but I don't know how actively I'm being hunted over there.
Right.
And then Vari, we owe a debt, but if we're able to get a dragon egg or take a job that is some significant pay,
That could help.
then we could pay it off. Do you have a thought, Euphemia? I know we weren't able to speak much about Edison speaking to you. He said he had more to say.
She's kind of been following, not looking super like chipper about all of the information, but her face just falls when you say that. Yeah, he's been researching the situation with my mother. That's what we went to talk about. And the way that the hags have trained on her, they will continue to try and torment her. If she dies at some point under they will take her soul.
They can do that.
He said in his research that it is likely they could use it.
So
We
that
think
is. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, do we think it's kind of like a weird coincidence that they're talking about taking people's souls and like souls are getting siphoned out? And I don't know. I think that that's an interesting thing if they're threatening to take. I don't know. And souls are already like going missing. I don't know. I just think that's interesting. I don't really have a connection in mind. I just think that it feels weird.
It's
I mentioned
I
there's
know
a
that we
common
think so.
theme.
Yeah,
All of it.
soul taking and being ripped back and forth. I don't know, there's something about it that's weird. I don't know.
To be fair, from what we've heard, all of this is stemming from multiple beings or entities from the Nightmare Realm dream world. So if it sounds like
Yeah.
this all stemmed from there, it's going to be similar abilities if the hags are from the same place. But you are onto something.
So the fear is, Euphemia, that if they're able to somehow kill her, then that would happen. Is there any precautions being taken?
Yeah, we went to see her.
Oh,
Oh,
Where did that go?
Well, she was sleeping for now. There's a cleric there that's assigned to her essentially for now. Edison said that there is maybe a timeline on how long that would last with Watchlight. They don't really take very kindly to things dragging out.
They don't seem to take into account our situation.
It doesn't seem that way. Edison is going to do what he can to keep that running. That puts him in a spot with Desmond, too, the longer this takes.
Mm. So that is something we need to keep in mind. Then.
I don't think we should fight them before we're ready, but I don't want to take too long to get ready.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I think whatever we do, being prepared, or making sure that the time we use here, getting prepared, whether that be repairing something with Vari so that she has insight to help us with mishaps, to turn the battle, or the magic. I mean, there's many things that can help us start a repair, even if that is just some jobs to earn some money.
I think if we're going to fight them in the other timeline, we need to have a diamond so I have a chance of keeping one of us from being lost.
That makes sense. Something we can add on our list, certainly.
I think, too, it would be a good time to check in.
Excuse me.
Even with Electa here, I wonder if she's heard anything about signs of their activity anywhere. With her proximity to the south,
Mm-hmm.
which is where Edison had said maybe we start looking, but if we could hone in on any sort of sign or what to look for, speed things up a lot.
Well, I guess we have some options then on what direction to go in. Do you mean going there ourselves, or do you mean like writing a letter to start things, or?
I think either is fine. I think if Dav wants to continue training and we know we can't be tracked to that place, we might be well off to stop there. I shoots Eleanor a pointed look since there's not just training over there.
I know.
But until we aren't tracked, then we probably shouldn't even consider it, obviously.
Oh, yes, if we can't get anti-scry, there's no way I'm going back until we do.
I think Idgen is maybe our first stop.
Yes, and we can hold some of these options. Sort of think about it. One thing I will say too is, I don't remember if I spelled this out in the past, but the souls I take for death, he can make things for me or for us using them. So I haven't been entirely strategic about that. I would have liked or not felt guilty about taking something like those demonic minotaur creatures, sort of thing. But I have to be the one that kills it. So if there's a way when we're in battle and it seems like there are creatures that just... It's all right if we do something like that. If you could let me be the one to end it. It
Do you
can
have a
be for
code
the
word or
benefit
something
of all
like
of
that?
us. Sorry?
Like a code word or something? We yell it and then you can like zap at a person, like we point to somebody and say
Oh,
something.
if you would like a code word, we can do a code word. I don't think I would do it much in public. So if we were in Heaven's Reach,
So
I would
it's
not
like
capture a soul in front of everybody.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
just leave that because I don't want to cause a scene. But if we're out in the middle of nowhere and we come across a horde creature, might as well.
We can just point to them and say, Eleonora. And then that way you know
Sure.
that that's it. That's like a, you know, if we say soul or something, I feel like that people are going to probably, like, if the wrong people hear, that could be bad. So we'll just point and then do a, and so you know
Sure.
that means that you can take
Yes.
him.
I mean,
I will
something
know
as
that.
simple as tether could work as well, but sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true, dude.
I'm
You
whatever.
battle just get sliced down. Like, too much of a move. Oh, no.
I know it can't work every time, but I mean, he made Julian's anti-scry because of that. So he could make something like that again. I think he could make other things too. I haven't talked with him much aside from I think it's duplicating many magical items or something. So it could be useful to all of us. Talking with Idgin, I would like to omit that part from his knowledge. He knows I'm allied with death. He doesn't know the other things, and I would prefer to keep it that way.
Yeah, I probably should have never told him that. That's a bad decision on your part.
What?
I said, no, I'm just joking.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you read that part of the note cards that you told him.
Yep, I did. Took me a second to connect the dots there.
Yes. It ended up being salvageable for now.
Still,
but
it wasn't my place.
we may have a difficult conversation. But yes, just don't mention the soul thing. Let's just omit that entirely. But the rest is fine. All right, so we all feel all right with Idgin. Feel confident we can salvage that and back some trust.
Hopefully. He's willing.
Maybe Davriel, unless he specifically wants to take you aside, maybe let one of us be with you when we talk, just so we can
Oh, for sure.
smooth things over if needed. Do we have anything else we need to discuss?
Admittedly, a little bit more emotional last time. Also faced with an
Yes.
ultimatum out of nowhere.
Yes.
Just saying. Didn't really give me much chance to discuss things, but sure.
Well,
Right.
we've had time now.
Exactly. I don't know how she'll feel. Hopefully it didn't
Yeah.
help.
I don't know where she'll be. I suspect not there, but we'll see.
Who knows? I might get my butt kicked as soon as we get there.
We do need to be careful about our proximity to the tower, I think,
Yes.
while we're there.
Yes, I agree.
The lack of tower. Right?
Yes.
The giant mishap crack, that is
Yeah,
the tower.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
it wasn't buzzing as much as the other timeline, but definitely be
Well,
careful.
it did zap us into it in the first place.
Start the whole problem
For sure.
last time we were there.
But we had to go near it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey,
But
can you go back to the other timeline real quick?
I would
Yep.
rather not right away. We need to prepare.
Same.
I do think it would be better if we can choose our moment, but
That's all. Literally all I'm saying. I'm not going to do it now. I'm just saying when we're ready. There's a crack right there that we're ready to go.
It seems like there are many more cracks.
Am I really that reckless? I feel like a lot of people are thinking everything I'm saying is like right
Yes.
now.
Well, I mean, usually, Davil, you do kind of communicate in that manner, so that's all. It's probably why
Got it.
we're responding in that way.
I've turned over a new leaf. How's that,
Huh.
everybody?
Wow.
I will let you know if I mean otherwise.
Sure. Well, do we want to start heading over to Yellowfield then? Is that the plan?
I think
Right
it's
now, I don't know. We'll think about it.
Sure, would you like to think about it for 5
we'll
minutes?
chit chat for another.
I'm down.
I just wanted to say, she calls him on the bluff too. She literally goes like to walk away. Like sure, think about it. Try now.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I got no reason about it.
All right.
Euphemia's like, I think we should just go, and starts packing up all her stuff.
Confirmation. Sweet.
Gonna wait
She's
around
done.
the call.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
And Dow goes over and just geeks out with Winnie about her new spells and how it feels. Except for
I want to cast him so bad. Oh no, I'm trying to hold back.
you know, the best thing is
Just
to wait
pinky
right before you go to
fingers.
bed, because then you know you just get it back in the morning. Unless we get attacked,
You know,
then it
like,
really sucks.
yeah, it's
Yep.
not the best idea.
You gotta just putting out there little things you gotta think about.
I think as we're packing up too, I would just kind of like go to Euphemia and just kind of like rub her back a little bit and be like, I'm sorry your victory was short-lived.
I guess it's not fully unexpected.
It would be strange if they didn't do anything about it, but still.
I know you know how this is. I hate not knowing if they're okay.
It's a torture in and of itself. Yes.
But I think we waste no time in going back to visit for you two while we're here.
Thank you. You were sweet. Do not worry. This situation with all three of them is not swept under the back or under the rug with me. I will have it in my mind no matter what direction we end up going in.
Thanks.
Of course. If you need to talk ever, just let me know. It seems that you do know that I know how it feels, so.
I appreciate that.
So I just give it another like little back rub and then I'll like go pick up my stuff and get ready. Still wearing pants.
Still wearing those
She has
pants.
the whole day.
Yes.
I know it.
Oh my
What is
God.
going on?
Eleanor, you feel okay?
I feel fine.
Is this your new look?
For here it is. Unfortunately.
Why?
I have I think my face plastered all over.
You think
I
pants
have a
versus the
look.
dress is gonna?
Yes, well, it's not going to make people not recognize me immediately, but I can at least look a little different from a silhouette from far away. I have invisibility for other things, but
That's fair.
I'd rather not get immediately recognized from 100 feet away, sort of thing, at least.
That's fair. surprised that's enough to overcome the pants.
Oh, believe
Thank
me, I am not the biggest fan, and I feel like I'm grossly underdressed, but at least they fit my figure well, and that is really all that I can ask for at this point, so.
You notice Dav walks over to you and literally mimics what you just did to Euphemia. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. Just rubs your back for a second.
Oh, thank you. I'm suffering greatly.
You'll get through this.
Oh, thank you, Davril. It's very comforting.
All right. So, you guys heading towards Yellowfield?
Uh-huh.
Are you wanting to go to the road first, or are you going to try to angle it more?
Road, probably.
Probably the road.
It'll be easier to travel on the road, but wanted to give you the option if you wanted to do it.
Yep.
All right.
We
So-
want to fight things, gain
We want to turn into a
souls.
doll and float down the river, because that was the
Good idea.
last
Get
time we
Yellowfield.
That is true.
And
Yo,
pure
yeah,
pants. 'cause
Winnie.
That also
And pure
happened.
pants. Yeah, that also happened here.
Definitely also mentally prepare for turning into a doll or getting your feet stuck in the ground at any point
Oh.
in time.
Okay.
So always have a
Before
pivot
mishaps,
exit.
just sort of being in the vicinity. So like I feel like that's always been a possibility. Maybe is like one of us could turn. But yeah, you're right. More of a possibility.
Just saying, when you like go to cast a spell though, you kind of get this like idea of like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. You gotta let
And
that
then-
go.
Yes.
Hmm.
No control, you know.
But that's
if you
why-
like having control, you won't have it, so.
Oh. Oof.
And so there's a rather like personal reflection. From
Yeah, that was
Because he's like,
deep.
I don't really know if I care about control. Like she's like, okay, I don't know.
Loaded. I don't know.
I was like, oh, can't like ripping
Ev
her
just
like
leans
white
in.
knuckling it. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's just Eleanor.
What
But you're
controls it
good.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
So
You have a lot of like skills that you have. That's kind of why we wanted to make sure you weren't stuck with that axe, because you
Yes.
can punch, you can
Mhm.
heal, you can pivot. You have a lot of options for you.
that's true.
That's something I've been studying
yeah.
tactically. It's like how we all interact. You probably are the most jack of all trades of all of us.
You're versatile, yes.
Cool. Thank you. That's very nice to say.
It's
Sure.
true.
Okay. Thank you. Kelly, because when you're, she feels like she's not very good at many things, and you think she's good at everything. She's like, oh wow, that's really.
I am.
weird.
She's gotten a few
Oh,
compliments today where she's been like,
You're the
Yeah,
Swiss
it's
Army
like
knife
not
of the
fully
group.
rejecting it, but also like, oh, like, let me ponder this and like try and sit on it.
While
Oh.
we're traveling to the road, can I search for like health potion herbs out in the fields and stuff?
oh yeah, we bought you some too.
definitely
I
try.
forgot about that.
We did.
I know.
Can I help you?
I'm gonna start looking though, because she doesn't want to like talk to you.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
roll
also, can I
perception
cast-
rules.
Mage armor. Away from
I cast
everybody.
mage armor. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Roll for that.
You
Well, the
wanna
others
fight with
roll-
England.
No mishap.
Do I still feel sick, by the way?
No, it's gone.
Or is that just a quick thing? Okay.
I do. I stole it from
Now
Eleanor.
Mike has it.
Yeah,
Oh no.
bouncing this up.
Uh-oh.
So perception rolls for planties.
Yeah. 19.
All right.
I just saw the GIF you posted.
Yes, I had to post a GIF about that. Did you roll?
Wait,
Winnie?
you post it in the tavern?
Yeah, it's in the
Oh, I
tavern.
didn't.
Good.
I'm sorry. I'll look.
You gotta
Oh,
look.
it got me
oh,
again.
No,
When
I
a
got
character
really.
needs a disguise, what they choose. It's always so telling.
That's so good.
So
All right.
telling.
Highs or lows, Euphemia?
Let's go highs.
All right. So you travel, looking around, kind of hilly. You're looking around. You're not really seeing any plants that look like the ones you need, unfortunately.
Okay.
You see a few plants you recognize, but they're not health potion ones.
She'll pick those anyway. She just
So-
wants to pick something.
Yeah, you can grab some nice plants. There's some little
Alright.
wildflowers that are growing in places and things like that.
Perfect.
Maybe a couple nice
the-
looking rocks you could grab if you want to. Whatever.
Excellent. It's the nature therapy she needed.
Yes. But you eventually do make it to the road. It takes probably just like a few hours to get to the road from where you were. And then you can begin to travel south down the road towards Yellowfield. Anything you guys want to do during your day as you travel?
I can't think of anything.
You don't need to do anything. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. You're on the main road now. Eventually you can travel throughout the day. It gets to be evening time. Conveniently, there are various campsites along the side of the road too that you guys can stop at
Yes.
when it gets to be evening time.
From the other time.
Look at that.
So fun.
So you find a campsite. Do you guys want to camp, or do you want to push through the night?
We'll camp.
Okay.
I think we'll camp. Yeah.
How
You-
close do we feel like we are?
You'd estimate you're a day out from here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
It was like a couple hours maybe. But...
No, it's like a full
Yeah.
day's of travel out from Yellowfield at this point. But
Okay.
all right. So you set up camp, get that all situated. I'm guessing you do the bubble thing.
I was just gonna say that. Yes. Thank
Yes.
you. You read my mind.
An alarm.
You bubble. You do an alarm.
Um,
All right. Let me roll for that.
It doesn't work on crows, apparently. He's complaining as he's putting it down.
Did work on crows. It's too late.
That's very
We're
true.
in
Actually,
crows.
they're too
so
fast.
they're too fast.
You do get a mishap
Oh.
there, Dav. You roll. Dav gets a mishap. Lucky him. All right, cool. Your AC goes up by 2 for a minute, and
Nice.
Whoa.
then
Nice.
it's gone.
Oh.
So
He like
sad.
Blade sings while he does that. He's like, I'm invincible.
Yes, you feel very like quick and agile as you're doing that.
Try to hit me. He's like, does it and wears off. Ah.
There's like this glisten to your skin as you do it. It's really nice. So,
That's cool.
Fancy.
all right.
I would use my sending stones
Stones, okay.
to talk to Heidi and Idgen really fast.
Oh, it's cool. You can tell me right away.
So, sending. Who you going to first?
I'll do Heidi first.
All right. Say to Heidi.
And I'll say this one isn't pissed at us. Hopefully not anyway.
Well,
Not too much.
Yeah.
I mean-
She'll say, "Hello, Heidi. We're finally back. I hope things are well there. We're near Yellowfield."
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Good to hear you're back. Heard there were some crazy things that happened last time you were here. Oh. Be careful out there.
And then she'll do a sending stone to Idgen and say, Idgen, we sorry. We are back.
oh, okay.
We were hoping to stop by Yellowfield soon, if you would have us.
There are 9 left.
We have some things, information we'd like to share with you. Did I do it?
Probably. That's probably it, yeah.
Yeah, I think I did it.
I don't. It is crazy how far. Like I had to re-say it in my head. Like, I don't normally have to do that, but I was like, oh, well, she's talking fast. I am really. I'm really brain fogged right now. It's bad. I don't
Oh
normally
my
have to do that.
gosh.
Uh-oh.
It's the last time I'm doing that this session. Say that way. Woo.
So you just hear back. Yes, I'm here. I'd like to speak.
That's good.
Those two really don't say much, do they?
Yes, well, Idkin may be a bit on guard with us, so the short answer is disappointing but not surprising.
He already has a bless again. Keeps getting you.
Oh no. I was gonna say, while we're kind of setting up camp and stuff, if everybody's kind of just doing some little activities or whatever, I would like to go off maybe to the edge of my little 30-foot radius and do kind of some connecting back to the land here now that we're back in this timeline.
Okay.
Like put my hands on the ground and do like some breathing exercises and stuff.
Sure.
Just gonna try and ground herself again.
Sounds good. You begin your connection to the land there. Anybody else do anything at the camp or going to bed?
Now that like we're back in timeline A, I think I would try and pray to Domine just now that I actually know that we can potentially connect and be like, hi, thanks for the spells. Just just want to say I'm back here again. Thank you. That's like a very short, like nothing like big, but just like kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And see if she responds to me. Like sending a quick text, like whatever. That's what
Checking in.
they're checking in.
You feel like this very comforting, cool breeze just wash over you as you're praying.
Oh, very nice. Thanks. That's all that I have to
Dominic.
do. Thanks.
I would write to Julian, but this time not to wake him up. I would do it
Sounds good.
earlier.
Anything in particular you want to talk to him about?
Mostly just checking in with him. And if he had any like anything he wanted to talk about, I think that would be her biggest thing, you know?
Yeah, I'd probably just like excitedly tell you some things he's learning. Happy to hear from you, essentially.
Yeah. I definitely feel like it's one of those things where like she's more focused on him and wanting him to feel listened to, and she'll even do like one of those like, you know, interesting, and let him keep talking, you know, however long like he wants to, type of thing. So is he learning? Does it seem like he's just doing like book stuff? Like just reading and learning the basics of magic? It doesn't seem like he's doing spells, does it?
No, it doesn't seem like he's doing spells. But he's just kind of learning a lot of different things, like general schooling type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good. I think I would also just say, please tell Audril, thank you very much for, on behalf of me, please.
Yes, he will.
Perfect.
For you, Dev?
I think he would take a small break from making the Horde Hunter like new pins and make a different sort of pin that mimics the imagery that's on a spell book that Kendra made. And just kind of be working on a little peace offering if he does end up seeing her.
Okay. Give me a Tinkerer's check if you.
I haven't rolled anything all game.
Here's your dice roll.
All my stuff. Gonna re-roll.
Use your reroll. Okay.
Watch, I need a persuasion check later, or right at the end of the game or something.
That works.
18 plus bless. Dirty 20.
Where's the bless from?
Did I have a bless at the beginning of the game?
I did not have you. You had your advantage. But that's all I got from you, I think.
Pretty sure I had the first blast before Rachel, but I could be wrong. Okay. I thought one of us did. If not, it's an 18.
Okay. Sure. Easy enough still. You successfully do it with an 18. You understand how to work this stuff pretty easily. So coming along quite well. As you guys are all doing your various things though, especially Euphemia, you're gonna hear some footsteps coming up the road. And you notice a group of 4 travelers who are approaching your guys' direction.
I'll go in the tent.
Okay.
Can it,
Yeah.
So you recognize
do we
him?
recognize them at
Recognize them?
all?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
So for you guys, Euphemia, you can give a disadvantaged perception roll, and Winnie, you can roll your perception if you'd like to.
I'm gonna use my reroll just because I have.
I'm gonna use my bless since we're almost done, right?
Let me try.
Nice. 24.
Oh, that was a nat 20. I had to lose. That was sad.
Oh no!
Let me use my. I'll use my bless too. Just
Okay. All those
15
dice.
at disadvantage.
All right. So you approach, and I mean, they're kind of covered up. They're a group of 4. You don't get immediate recognition as they're approaching. And they kind of approach where your campsite is, and they kind of look and give like a kind of a strange glance as they look forward and just kind of wave.
We'll say we are somewhat concealed because there's a +5 stealth to that thing.
Yep.
So.
You are somewhat
Okay.
concealed. That's why they're looking at you strangely like, what is this? And they kind of walk closer to the campsite and start walking in. You hear the alarm go off as they approach Dav.
Would you like to introduce yourself before you come any closer?
We're camping here. They point, there's like another campsite right next to it.
Is there one
safer
nearby?
to-
Okay. Well,
safer to
that's
camp
different.
in
Yeah.
groups, you know.
Visually, I didn't know there was another campsite.
Yeah, it's like a whole campsite area on the side of the road here.
Gotcha.
Do you mind? Is that an issue if we camp here?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I thought you were walking up towards ours. My apologies. Nice to meet you, Dav.
Yeah, nice to meet you. As you look, there's 4 of them. Now that they're closer, you kind of look through the group of you, especially in the light now of the fire. You can recognize one of the faces of these people. It goes back a ways to session 1.
Yeah, I was wondering.
There is
it someone that we tested with?
tiefling woman there who you recognize from your testing at the start of the campaign.
That's so fun.
Oh.
And
Is she one of the people who is like conducting the tests, or I don't remember?
no, she's one of the test applicants.
It's like with us.
Testee?
Yep.
Okay.
And as she kind of like comes in, looks tired from the road, and everyone else looks like they just kind of like glance at you and they greet you. The one who greets you at the start says, hi, my name's... Hold on, what is this name? There's a line underneath it.
I
You
love the
read your
reading
name?
phase.
Let's go. I'm just gonna
My name is Garv. Nice to meet you.
Garv. Pleasure. You said Garv's the tiefling?
No, Garv is
Or is
the human.
everyone?
Garv is human. Nice to meet you. You guys okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
More than
sorry.
happy.
I'll seem a little tense.
Just kind of scary out here. Yeah.
I mean,
it's
you know
kinda
what it's
scary
like.
out here.
You know.
The tiefling woman just kind of like glances in your direction and then like goes back and then double
Oh,
takes and
man.
kind of looks at you guys.
You guys must be monster hunters.
Oh.
Yeah, we're part of the Moon Guard.
Moon
guys-
Guard.
You guys monster hunters?
Yeah. Do we have any interaction with the tiefling lady? I can't remember if we had any like interaction with her. Wait, why are you doing that? What's going on?
Don't worry about it.
Nothing. Nothing. Eleanor's in the tent like this.
Oh,
And the
You're
Tiefling
fine.
was like,
Don't panic.
"Yeah, you guys are the failures in our group, right? You're a monster group now."
oh.
She starts
Yeah,
laughing.
we're kind of trying to make our own thing. What it's like being failures and all that.
So there's two other people who are
Vagabonds.
kind of standing at the back. One looks like they are dressed kind of like as a caster as well. And another one is dressed in kind of lighter clothing, like more agile clothing. They're both kind of like looking at you guys, and as they kind of look like they're getting ready to set up camp.
Well,
You guys are monster hunters? Garv says, you guys on a mission right now or doing anything?
actually, we're
No.
off. We're more monster researchers than anything. Like you
Yep.
said, we're failures at actually doing anything of worth. So
That's why we're kind of on edge out here. Kind of scary out here in the woods.
yeah, you guys could tear us apart. I'm sure we're no threat to you.
Monsters everywhere.
All right.
They
But-
seem amused by this or like weirded out by it. I would like to.
You can roll insight check if you'd like to.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I please? Okay.
That's what I would like to do. I'm
I'm gonna use my
walk
reroll
into
because
this.
I haven't used it yet. So,
Sounds good.
19.
I got a 25.
Okay. Yeah, they all are very weirded out by you. Like, they're all,
Fair.
you guys are acting kind of fishy right now. And they're just kind of
No, that's the problem.
looking at you guys up and down like, what is wrong with all of you? The one who's like more roguelike, I guess you could say, is definitely like watching you all pretty closely. Like, you guys just seem to be pinging him for some reason. That he's just like, these guys are weird, and just like watching you all and studying you all. But
Well.
they're setting up camp. Garv's just like, so, nice night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Lots of nice bug sounds out there. Like that.
other than the desert,
You would notice, Euphemia, as they're kind of setting up camp, one of the casters kind of pulls the two others besides Garv over to him, kind of discreetly. But you sense it, you see it with your 25. And
Also, I'm totally watching him back, like the
Yep.
other guy back, and all of that.
and it looks like they pull something out of their bag, and you can't really get a good look at it because they're kind of like covering up with their bodies. And like they're all looking down at it.
totally wanted
And then one of them
poster
just
for
like
sure.
glances in your direction a little bit. So they kind of keep going back and putting their stuff there, and
Do they make like a big deal about it,
no, they're
or is it just like that subtle
very
thing?
They're trying to
discreetly
be
doing
sneaky
this.
about it, but I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, Euphemia noticed it, but
Okay.
so they're just kind of like going about their business, setting up camp, and Garv kind of sits down, and eventually one of the casters kind of leans over and like starts talking to them pretty discreetly again. They're just going about their business next to you guys in the campsite next to you.
Can I see what any of them are saying since I can read lips?
No, they are intentionally blocking
They're
sight
being-
of
Okay.
anything. They're being pretty sneaky and quiet about how they're
Figured
saying
I
things.
I figured I would ask just in case.
But yeah, they're just like going about their business, setting up camp.
Yeah. Okay.
Garv kind of like, as they get the tent up, they're like, yeah, I mean, we love doing missions. I mean, you guys say you're monster hunters and now you're not monster hunters, you're monster researchers. What does that mean?
No, I asked if you guys were monster hunters. We never said we were.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, yeah.
What's the
What you
witty?
did.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
Not very,
well, like-
we don't-
It's like you said, we tried to be monster hunters. We failed at it.
Yeah,
Monster researchers.
who when asked if you're monster hunters, you say yes, and then you change your story. So, yeah, what's
Rebrand.
it's like aspirational.
Oh, you rebranded in just like a
Okay.
moment when you met us. So nice. Okay.
No, it's just aspirational that we're like eventually gonna get there because we all failed our little
She
test.
hasn't given up on the dream yet, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Asking a lot of questions over there.
Making
Weird.
friends with our neighbors over here. It seems
Not really
so
making
tense.
friends if you're asking us on it.
How's that not making friends? You asked us, we're monster hunters. We asking you.
Yeah, but you don't call out friends.
I think you call out friends. They're changing their stories.
Maybe.
Well, Nora's just like, listen.
Oh, I
I
know.
don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Dad will just go back to just going back to his forging thing. He's
Yeah.
clearly anything he helped is anything he's saying is help. He just kind of like lets the awkward conversation fill out.
Yeah. So
Fizzle
then,
out.
you guys engage with them anymore, or are you just avoiding them?
I think Winnie would maybe try just asking them questions and being friendly. I think she would just like be genuinely like, "Oh, where you guys come from? Like, what do you do?" Like, she might just try to be like, because he's like being weird and trying to like diffuse the situation about just being like genuinely like interested in what they're doing. I guess.
Yeah, Garv would just be like, "Oh yeah, we're on a mission. We're heading up towards Northport for another mission."
Yeah, cool. Any good monsters lately?
We'll see. We'll see. Kind of looking forward to see what happens. You know, every mission's an adventure.
Yeah. Do you guys usually like just kind of bounce around all over? Or do you have an area that you like stay in mostly?
We go wherever needed. But
Cool.
yeah, fancy little like bubble you got here. Very nice.
Yeah, we've had different things like attack us and stuff at night, like monsters and things. And like I said, woods can be scary, so we just like to be sure that we're being safe.
Good plan. Good plan. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Lakeside. We're
What's your name, by the way?
kind of from all around.
Oh, you forgot your
yeah,
name too. Okay.
I know. I'm Winnie. What's your name?
Garv. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
Winnie.
that's right.
Who's your friends?
Yeah. I'll just. I mean, yeah, I'll just point to. I'll be like, "That's Dav and Euphemia. We're just, yeah. Sorry, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Had a lot of traveling. Just been a lot of walking. I think we're all a little tired.
You guys coming from Northport?
Yeah, kind of the woods around. We were just sort of trying to find some monsters, and it just didn't really work out. It's been a long day.
I mean, there's work up in Northport.
Really? What kind of work?
There's a whole like calling for monster hunters up in Northport. You didn't hear about that at all?
Is it hard though? Well, I heard about it, but do you think they'd like? Are they hard monsters? Are they really tough?
You guys good?
We're okay.
Oh, you're okay now.
I mean,
Yeah,
we can be
okay.
okay, but
Go from failures to being
Well-
okay. You guys are changing your stories all day here. I love it. You guys are always you're just an adventure.
yeah. Like I said, I try to be more positive about our skills and abilities, but we have got definitely defeated before, badly by different monsters and things that have, like I said, not been very good to us. We haven't done very well against them, so. But
Yeah,
What are
I
the
mean,
others
What's that
doing
report?
while he's talking?
Yeah,
Are they
it's
like
they're just kind of sitting
positioning
around
themselves well?
watching. They're all like sitting around a fire now, kind of watching. Some of them are eating some food. Crackling fires in the dark night. Garv's just kind of looking at you. I mean, if you guys are monster hunters, you guys could accompany us and go talk about this job. There's somebody who's recruiting, I guess. They want to head up north to the snowy part to go on some expedition out there to deal with something.
oh, do you know what it is? Like what we're
A few
doing?
details, yeah. There's some girl wants some people to help her get rid of group that's out there. It sounds like.
Like a monster, like a group of creatures or something?
No, I think there's like some bad guys out there or something from what it sounds like. Recruiting.
Bad guy? What do you mean bad guys? Try not to say that.
He's just working on his little pin.
I mean, I don't have all the
Turning his
details,
face away.
but
Yep.
there's some
He's just
group.
turning.
There's some group that's out there.
Oh.
Apparently, they're dangerous. Cult.
Oh. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, if you want to work, I mean, they're looking for people to help out. You're welcome to join us.
Yeah, I'll see how the rest of the group's feeling in the morning and see what we've had a lot of plans change lately and a lot of unexpected delays, so I'll see where everyone's at. But thanks for the tip.
Problem. Just 3 of you?
I don't think that Winnie and her. Winnie would get up after that and like before I see. Did you ask her that? She's like getting up.
Yeah.
Actually, we have some people sleeping, but yeah, everyone's kind of tired, like I said. And she'll kind of, as she says that, she'll like walk away. Cause like I don't want to be truthful, but like I'm just kind of, because I'm kind of like busy and yeah, cause she's kind of connecting the dots. Like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on here, but because I didn't pick up that they were like very suspicious of us until I thought we were just being weird, and now I'm like, okay, this is weird, and so
No.
I'll just kind of make herself busy elsewhere, like cook some food or something else.
I think I'll just like put my hand on Dow's shoulder and say, "Are you okay with the first watch?" Like quietly, just to him.
Perfectly fine with it.
I'll kind of go over to you and say, like, should two of us be on a watch at a time, maybe?
It's up to you guys. Might look weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's all right.
I'll whisper to them. If someone wants to stay up inside the tent, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I can stay up too. With you for first watch, and then we'll switch off. Yeah. But I'll be inside the tent, so I'll just be listening, kind of, you know.
So one thing you do notice too, especially Euphemia, as you're looking over, is you're looking and you kind of begin to notice that each one of them has their weapons pretty close to them. They don't go far from them.
That's okay.
Actually, I will tell Dab, I'll be like, I can see really far now in the dark, so if you want me to be outside and you want to be inside, it doesn't really matter. But I can see well and far, so just want to let you know.
Feel free to join me. The fire's quite nice and crackly tonight.
Yeah.
Cracking his fists a little bit.
I'm going to just say like, well, I'll take my leave then and just come get me when you're ready. And I'll go in the same tent as Eleonora so I can fill her in on what I've noticed.
All right.
I vamp out Micum, and he sits right on top of their tent. Just
Okay. At one point, the rogue-looking person kind of goes off, so like, "I'll be right back, guys," and just starts heading off into the darkness.
Since I can see 300, can I see where he's going in the darkness and see how far I can see? I can see up to 300 feet.
Yeah, you can roll a perception check.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, that's so far.
That's so good.
I'm using one of my luck points, please.
Go for it.
Oh, I went from my 1 to a nat 20. That was great. 24.
All right.
nice.
You lose
It
sight
makes
of
it real
him. Even with the 24, you lose
He's
sight of him.
Good sneaky rogue.
I think I'm gonna like look at Dab and be like, just kind of a subtle like, be ready type of thing, because I think he's sneak after you and watch us or whatever. So, I think at that point,
I mean, I
I'm gonna
think
cast
Eleanor
False
in the
Life on
tent.
himself.
You cast a spell?
Yeah, I'm casting False Life on
What are the
himself.
components of that spell, please? At what level are you casting it at, too?
This one will do second level.
Okay.
It's all 3: vocal, somatic material, but small amount of alcohol or distilled spirits.
Okay. So that definitely is noticeable as you just start casting a spell.
He's not trying to hide it. Whatever.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Garv
But I mean,
just
it's
kind of like
clear
looks
as like
over.
it's a self one.
Garv just kind of like looks over. Yeah, right over there.
Yeah, I always like to be prepared on watches.
Oh yeah.
Don't you?
I mean, sure. Seems an odd spell to be casting.
I don't think so. You know how many times we've been attacked at night?
Sure, go for it.
I hate Garv. I was gonna say that. I don't say that obviously. No, I obviously don't say that, but I just
He's
Kelly's
too sharp for his own good.
Did you
he's
cast
annoying.
that like all throughout the night? It doesn't last the whole night.
No, just on my watch.
Okay. You gonna introduce us to your friends? Really crammed in
I
the tent
can-
over there.
Sleeping.
We already met the others, so they're sleeping.
Well, it's your friends.
I mean-
There were
What about
multiple
your
people who were
friends?
sleeping. We didn't meet.
You haven't introduced anybody to us yet.
Oh yeah, this is points over to the more another human who looks kind of like a caster of some sort. This is Jolcine. Points over to the tiefling Neelith. I think you've met her, sounds like. Points out into the darkness. And that was Egistar.
Eggstar likes to sneak off often.
I think he's just relieving himself out there.
Definitely. Hope so.
But I mean, you got other friends. Happen to go by the name Eleonora?
Oh, they're just not hiding anymore.
Well, like I'll glare at him, just be like, "You ask a lot of questions, don't you?"
You do too.
I was just being friendly, but
Being friendly. We just want to meet your friend.
Well, might see her in the morning. She went to bed early.
Why not now?
because she's sleeping. That's rude to wake her up, isn't it? I hate
Eldar
Garth.
hear
I want
this.
to punch Garth.
Well,
Sorry, what?
Did I just fill her in on everything?
To be clear,
Or...
Dav's intention was not to confirm Eleanor's here. He was trying to say like our friend
Yeah.
is sleeping. So like
Yeah.
in the wording of that, he never
That's
said
fine.
like, oh, Eleanor's
I'm not like sitting here thinking you guys are doing a bad job or
Yeah.
anything.
But,
I'm
like,
more
do
just-
we know
it
in
feels
the
like an
tent-
unworkable
Yeah.
situation, to be honest. It feels like nothing we can do is
Yeah.
gonna like. I feel like we
Yeah.
rolled bad, and this is not gonna work.
But can I hear what's going on
Oh,
outside?
you're
Yeah.
just yelling it across the. Yeah, you can hear everything that's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
As I just filled you in on everybody that's out there and how they're acting, and now
Yeah.
they're like, Eleonora, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I
where
think
is
I'd kind
she?
of ignore. I think I'd be kind of ignoring Garth actually, and just look out into the woods. I might get up and kind of like survey the woods and see if I see the guy, like looking out with the dark vision. Because I'm just kind of like, I need to know where he is. Like,
Yeah, you have no idea where he went. He disappeared into the shadows somehow.
It's actually a good idea. I'm gonna devamp Micah. I'm not losing him today.
He's gone. Okay, Micah's gone. All right.
I'll just say like to Euphemia in like a kind of a hush whisper. I'm like, we're not going to rest here. I mean, should we just get this over with?
I think we should.
All right.
Oh, did my spell go off by the way? Also,
Yeah, it worked.
So I just like take like a and
I
then
know. I'm also
I,
like, come on.
yeah, and I will step out of the tent.
oh, look at that. It's your lucky
I'm
night.
right next to her.
Hey, this is Eleonora then. Nice to meet you finally.
Nice
Sasha.
to meet you too.
They treat you like you're some sort of royalty hiding away in your tent that they're trying to hide from us. Crazy stuff, right?
Well, yes. What do you need? What was your name?
Garv. My name's Garv. Nice to
Garv.
meet you.
Yes. Nice to meet you too, Gav. What is it you need?
Well, like we said, you seem to be some sort of... Oh, yes, I get a bless. Yeah. Seem to be some sort of, like,
Garv doesn't need a blast.
royalty of some sort.
After gets a punch is what he gets.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You're pretty famous, you know.
I've heard. Yes.
A lot of people looking for you, you know.
Yes, what is the news on that? I've been a bit secluded of late. I would love to know.
Let's see. I think.
Dad's slowly putting away his stuff. Don't want anything stepped on.
Oh, you get a bless as well. Think as I've heard. Actually, just somebody hands him the paper, like hands over and someone pulls out of a backpack piece of paper. Just all right. Let's see. You got kidnapping, murder, some pretty serious charges.
Does it say of who? The murder part?
No, it doesn't put that on there, but you're wanted.
Alright. Yes. Anything else? Can I see that? Can you show me?
No. Hands it back and they tuck it away.
Fine.
So, you want to come with us? We got some people we can take you to go see. Get this all resolved, nice and peacefully.
What is this? Is this the Watchlight? Is that who you're acting on behalf of?
That is, you turn you into, yes.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I'll take you there.
Is he lying?
You're on insight.
Yeah, I actually would like to know that too.
That's
Nat
weird. Alwa's gonna
20.
count.
At 20, okay.
We're not 20 it up.
I got
19.
For a 24.
24, okay.
I got 16.
Actually, I'll
19.
add my bless for funsies.
Sure.
Do it. Just to be sure.
25.
25, all right. I mean, you get a sense that he's not necessarily looking for a fight, but there is a bit of threat behind what he's saying. Kind of like.
And like, does he intend Watchlight or
Is it
he-
Watchlight?
It
Yeah.
does
or
seem
is
like
That's what I
it
was
does seem
wondering.
intended to turn you into Watchlight. That doesn't seem like he's making that up. That seems genuine.
Yeah. Sure.
Come with us, peacefully. We turn you in. We get our reward, or we can have this go a different direction tonight. As your friend already seems to be preparing for something. Your hit the rec friend over here seems real on edge about trying to find our friend who's trying to relieve himself too. It's kind of weird.
He's taking a long time to relieve himself. I think that's a little weird.
What?
A long day of travel.
Wow.
Garv, I don't know if you would be inclined to listen to reason before you decide to take us in. But, all of this is much deeper than you may realize, along with false accusations and anything else.
Yeah,
So
I don't care to hear you. I'm not a judge. I'm just turning you in. That's all
Sure.
I care about. So don't
Sure.
yap your story to me. You can tell that to the Watchlight. You coming with us peacefully or not?
That's all. There's no other thoughts to be had.
You are worth gold to me and my friends here, and we want that gold.
How much? How much?
Why does that matter? You're gonna pay us off?
I would like to know.
I mean, seeing as what it sounds like you did in Heaven's Reach, probably can get a few thousand out of you.
What I did in Heaven's Reach.
Yeah, evading the guards and all that.
Oh, just running away. Yes. All right.
There is, for what it sounds like, a pretty massive crack that's down that city because of you, from what it sounds like. Same type of thing happened over in Shadow Rock. All your fault.
The
Couple of
can
terrorists.
ha-
Group of terrorists right here. So,
do you know where that?
Mhm.
Do you know where that information came from? Who's saying that?
I mean, that's what the Watchlight's putting out there. So,
Interesting.
So, again, peacefully or alternative option there.
Garv, I'm afraid I'm rather busy, and I cannot be bothered to come with you at this time. I would suggest that we part ways and move on. It seems like you have other jobs in the works, and we can just go our separate ways.
That's not going to happen. And
That's
welcome in,
Sanctuary
Raiders.
and Eleonora.
Welcome in, Raiders. And 2 raids back to back right there, too.
Wow.
Back-to-back raids. Thank
Guys.
you, both groups of Raiders who just came in here. We appreciate y'all. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. We're in a pretty tense moment right now. Good to see you all, though.
What timing to jump in?
Yes. Bit of a standoff happening here.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward.
Yeah.
I think, I was saying before we got raided, I just said, this is quite an unfortunate choice.
And I was already casting Sanctuary on her when they made that declaration.
All right, cast Sanctuary. For a mishap chance, you get a mishap. And let's see what mishap you get. Yeah, Raiders, feel free to tell us about yourself in the chat while we look up our mishap here.
Hello, friends.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh no, what is it?
Is it embarrassing? He's gonna
It's
smell
very
bad.
embarrassing.
Well-
It's the worst one to happen for you right now.
Oh no.
So- You cast your Sanctuary onto Eleonora, and as like you feel the energy flow into her, Eleonora, do you say anything else?
Yeah, I basically, I said what I said. I don't know. I'm waiting for him, so probably not.
Okay. He just kind of looks at you, just real unfortunate that it's gonna have to go this way. Then, if that's what you decided, this is what you're all deciding. You want this to go this way. Everyone's kind of like getting up and grabbing their weapons now. They do this peacefully. And another raid too.
Yeah.
My goodness. Hello, Raiders.
Raid?
Third raid.
Oh wait, no,
in.
we had 2 in a row again.
And another one. What?
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
everybody.
Wild.
Wow, we guys got 4 raids back to back.
Oh.
Hello,
Everyone
everybody.
heard there was
Welcome
heard there was
in.
drama
Welcome in. Everyone
going
wants the
down.
Oh my
drama.
gosh, that's so funny.
Go
Oh
ahead
my
and mark
gosh.
down 17 gold that you guys find, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
thanks,
total of all the
guys.
raiders,
Welcome,
17
friends.
gold. So yeah,
Yeah, I'll just say last chance.
as you try to say last chance, your mouth moves and pink bubbles come out of it, but no words come out.
What? Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
That's not as embarrassing as stinking up the whole
It
woods.
is-
I think that's
it could
a
be
better
worse.
mishap.
It's
than
really
being
not as embarrassing as
horribly
Oh
smelly.
my gosh.
It could
Ab
be
just
worse.
instantly goes, sorry.
I just like, oh my god.
Nope.
But
As you say
nothing
that, 2 pink
happened.
bubbles come out again. And they look kind of oddly at you. So nope, not
I just, like,
peacefully. Not peacefully
Like
again.
this.
We're not letting you. I'll say because I see bubbles. I'm like, I'm not letting you take Eleanor. No.
That's a shame.
And I get ready to like, whatever.
We really wanted to do this peacefully. All right, everybody. I guess they don't want to do this peacefully. Remember, she's the main target. Everyone else I don't care about. And with that,
Okay.
we are going to end our session there and pick up with that
No.
next week. And see
Imagine
where
Avengers
things
Civil War,
go.
they start running towards each other and we just end it.
So, thank you everyone for raiding us at the end there and for the follows too. We appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for coming in here. We appreciate all that. We do have a Discord if you'd like to join that. We're going to end our recording here in a second. If you want to stick around for some news afterwards, you can do that as well. And we'll raid somebody ourselves. But thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Bye.